Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Urban Absurdity. I'm your host, OG Ron.
And I'm Bianca Brown.
And she just tried to play Tom Jordan's theme song, opening the theme song.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's ooh.
I do like that one. I think they paid a lot more for that one, though.
Oh.
I wonder who them girls was.
Let me do it so they damn sure can't sue us. I mean, they don't sound shit like y'all.
I think we might have to remix that shit.
There says, oh, we do it. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I like Steve Harvey's opening.
I don't even listen to his show.
It comes on. You never listen to it?
I'm going to be honest.
Uh-oh.
I missed Tom Joyner. Oh my, yeah, I did. I just really.
What the fuck happened to Tom? Fly job?
No, he's on. He's just not on our station.
Oh yeah, you gotta go on YouTube or something to listen to Tom.
I go on iHeartRadio, but they switched him for Steve Harvey. And no offense, do I like a strawberry letter every now and then? Yes, but do I like the jokes on it? Is just even what is his name? Jay Anthony. I love me some Jay Anthony.
Jay Anthony Brown, when I was listening to it, was like the funniest one on there. He was the comic relief out of all of them. Yeah. Who was the female? They got a female on there. Like, I never knew who she was.
Which show?
On the Tom Jordan show.
Oh, God, what is her name? I don't know, but when they were together, Jay Anthony was funnier on Tom Jordan than he is on Steve Harvey. There, I said it. When he used his songs that he made up were way funnier on Tom Jordan.
Wait a minute, Jay Anthony was actually on the Steve Harvey show as a permanent, like as a regular?
He's there now. Yeah, he's on it.
It's been that long since I listened to Steve Harvey.
Yeah, he left Tom Jordan's show and because his contract was up.
So how many people on the Steve Harvey show now? The last when I was listening to it, you got Nephew Tommy, you got Steve Harvey, and you had two females, right?
Yeah, it's still those two females. I don't know who.
So it's like 5 people on there. They fighting for airtime now.
It's too much. No offense. Do your thing.
You know what? I'm way off. Like, I've been branching out listening to all different types, like, radio shows. Like, I've been checking out Big Boy's Neighborhood and seeing how good he was. I just be listening to people who's like, okay, we're going to crush y'all neck when we get up there.
We got to, because it's not enough funny. Like, I still listen to Ricky Smiley. And I think I listen to Ricky Smiley, too. His shows on certain stations because I'm like, the commercials are just funny as shit. Like, there was a hair commercial. The song was so damn good. I tried to Google the commercial to find out what it was.
That's the one show that I haven't listened to a lot. Like, if I don't hear it, like, if I don't see him post a link, like, on social media or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a morning person, first of all, so I have no idea who's been on the radio for like the last maybe 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
But I can't lie, I used to love Steve Harvey. The thing I liked about it was they just had some type of cool dynamic with me where, like, Nephew Tommy was always trying to match to one of the ladies on there. She had like a sexy little voice. He's always maxing to her. Nephew Tommy's prank calls. I used to live for that part.
Maybe that's why I like Rick Smile, because his prank calls be funny. When he did the Pitbull puppy, I said, you know what?
The Pitbull puppy?
If you know, okay, so after the show, we're going to, because you got to hear this shit. I laughed for hours and went back the next day so I could laugh for hours again.
So was that the only one that was good?
No.
Because Nephew Tommy had a ton of good prank calls.
They're all funny. See, maybe it's just I'm not into they have to be super funny ass prank calls. And I think Southern people are a lot funnier when they get prank calls than just anything, because they are hilarious. Uh-huh. Even the church going people will cuss you out and then be like, in Jesus' name. And I think it is hilarious. So I watched that one. Oh, and I also listened, it's not funny, but I listened to WVON. Shout out Chicago.
WVON?
Yes. And Ron is from Chicago.
I haven't heard of them. I'm used to, hey, look, I was the first one to know about Tom Jordan. You know what I mean? Coming from Chicago. Now, I know WGCI, and I know V103.
Redeem yourself. WVON is an all-black radio station. It's a news station. Uh-huh. It's like it's informative news. Like, I think I know more about Chicago.
Oh, well, that's why I don't want informative news. I want funny.
It is great. I think I know more about Chicago than I do about my own city. And
do you?
Deep down inside, I feel like when I visited Chicago, I feel like a part of me, even though I've only been there once, I feel like a part, like my soul was like, this is your other home. And it
is.
And I had to remember, like, I think in another life I was from Chicago. And another life was like Kansas City. Mm-hmm. So you're both. It was like I morphed inside like my past life. And
you got a little Chi-Town in you. You got a little Chi-Town in you. You scared me a couple of times.
Listen, that is me.
You know what? The thing about it too is I want to build the type of show that makes people want to listen every day. Every day. We come on once a week now. I've had requests that we do more shows, but I'm like, we're still working class people right now. We can't do a show every day because we have no sponsors.
Why? Who's going to pay for it?
Exactly. I have to pay my bills. I just can't be in here doing fantastic broadcasts and all of a sudden the lights go out. Like we got to get everything going. But I really think, I'm not going to say it ain't no competition out there, but I think we bring something different.
Yeah.
Like I want to be a super funny show. Like where people listen and laugh every day. Every day. Like you don't have to wait 1 week. Like I remember funny shows like before you get to tell somebody about the show you heard Monday, Tuesday, we fucking you up again.
I want to be a mixture of everything. I want to be like a one-stop shop. I want you to feel like I don't need
a one-stop shop.
I want you to feel like I don't need to listen to anything else because I get everything here. I get everything here.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I want people to hate when the music come on.
You want them to hate or love?
I want them to hate when the music come on. Like they want to. You know how most shows when they say, "All right, we'll be back in a minute," or they finishing up a joke and then the song come on. Like no. We ain't no music. I want to boycott the music. Like you know what? We just want y'all to talk for 2 hours. I've heard Boot Up. I've heard Tekashi new single Fifi with Nicki Minaj. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear what they have to say.
Y'all gonna have to hate it because them commercials pay the bills.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So we're like, hey, we know you dislike it, but we like it.
I want to be like Martin Payne on WZEP.
What's up? Listen, okay, so I was watching Martin. I got to say this for anybody who saw the episode. The episode when him and Gina finally go out and hang out at the club.
Uh-huh. Wait a minute, when they was telling all the different versions?
No, okay. No. Not when they met. It's the one where it's the old one. Because I like when Martin's apartment was blue. I don't like it after they got together and painted the apartment pink. I promise. You're
a real Martin fan.
Yeah. After they got rid of the couch, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not watching this shit. Shout out to Martin, but I liked the atmosphere, the whole dynamic of the show before they got super serious.
Yeah.
But so it was the one when Cole was like, he came to borrow Martin's jacket. And he was like, you gonna funk it up like you did last time. and Cole was going to the club. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's when Tommy had that girlfriend, Shanice. And she played his ass because she was dancing with Jerome at the end.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
wait a minute, was that the episode where Gina got up and then it was like all these people wanted to sit the drinks on the table? Okay. Yeah. And then like 80 drinks got up. Okay.
That fool said, well, can I leave my drink here? It was one nigga that asked. They ended up with like 85 drinks.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was that one. So Martin, when he was at the radio station and he was doing this show, the commercial came on and it was like a barbecue commercial.
I'm trying to remember that.
It was a barbecue commercial, and I can't think of it exactly. I know I laughed for like a good 20 minutes. My son was like, what is wrong with her? And it was like, you don't have to have teeth to eat our beef. Something like that. And the dude was like, the song. What was the song? He was like, meat and juice, you can suck it off the bones. Some shit. And I died laughing. I said,
my God.
Martin is just...
That shit, Martin is the funniest show still. I still laugh like it was the first time I saw an episode. I swear to God.
I could cry right here just thinking how funny that shit is. So when we get sponsors and we have to read their commercials, we will do it to perfection and be professionals. But
yeah, we'll try. If it's a slogan like that, it's gonna be hard.
But if it's something like that, they talk about sucking. That fool said meat so juicy you can suck it off the bone. I said Martin had to write that shit. That shit is so funny.
So Martin, you know what? It sounds like a good commercial though. Sounds like a barbecue. Sounds like damn good barbecue.
Right. So where did they?
I'm about to say, did Martin say it or did they say it?
No, he was reading the sponsor. He was you know how you read somebody's commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And then he read that part like you don't have to have teeth to eat our beef. And then he hit the play button on the shit the song popped up. And it was some R&B dude that was I'ma find it because I'm telling you.
You definitely gotta find that. And you know what too, when I listen to certain podcasts and like some of them will have the commercial where it's somebody else, but when you listen to the read, like they come on and of course they're talking about Squarespace.
Yeah.
And I'll be just trying to envision like me or you reading that. It's like I've
done that before.
Have you?
And I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I think I'll be like, okay, you want to do this? You want to do this? Because it just seems weird. Like I don't know. I guess because I haven't done it before. Like, can I be serious? How many takes would it take? Would it take a long time?
It's like reading the script. And then you have to think too, when other people read their stuff, they change different things and it's like on the read, they say different stuff of how they want to say it, and you can hear them laughing sometimes, but
okay,
it's the point of you saying it. I said it.
Hey, Squarespace, hook us up with some goddamn promotion, man. Let us get a sponsor. Do we curse too much? I'll tone it down. I'll start saying hell and heck and stuff like that.
No, we are not the only ones.
Yeah, because the read curses a lot. You know what?
A lot of them. We are not the only ones who have foul mouths. I made a post and it was like, I curse a lot. Because cursing is like adding seasoning to your sentences. It's like, let me sprinkle some little, fuck.
Oh, my sentences are well seasoned.
You know, mine stay ready.
The only thing I try not to say, and I used to listen to the shows, like I used to say, well, I just said it, like. And you know what? And the funny thing, straighten out the point a minute. Today I watched the Angie Martinez interview. And I've always liked Angie. She's like a hood Latino. Yeah. I like her. She had an interview with Tekashi 6ix9ine. And that dude said like 47,000 times. I know he's young. He's like 22, 23, but he said like. And it was a good interview too. Like now I'm going way off the topic. You know what? I got to say this. I used to hate Tekashi 6ix9ine. I used to kind of feed into all the negativity that surrounded him. But today I realized that I like him.
So this is after he got his ass whooped, right?
This was after.
Okay.
It was.
Makes sense.
But.
Makes sense.
No.
I liked a lot of niggas.
He's not humble, though. He's really not. You got to watch it.
I didn't like a lot of niggas until they got that ass beat. And then I was like, damn, you real cool.
Well, I got my ass beat before we met. So I guess that's why we hit it off.
It's something about...
That nigga must have got his ass beat.
It's something about Ron. I just find you real cool dude, yo.
Oh, shit.
That cat real cool.
It was so good, though. It's like it's almost like in real life anyway, with like people, like say people you even work with or somebody that you kind of sort of know on Facebook and you meet them and you figure out how they think. I used to not like him because I didn't think he took the art seriously. With them bullshit ass rhymes, you know what I mean?
And now,
and he basically tells you like it was funny how he said it too, because he just basically sat there and was like, I'm just not that artist that goes in the studio and was like, and then he said like some weird rhymes that's on one of his songs, and like I haven't listened to most of them, and he was like, I don't go in the studio and just sit there and write. It was like, nah, these ain't really bars. I got to start over. He was just basically telling you, like, I'm having fun with the music.
A lot of younger people, I don't think people don't dislike him because we all understand. I think Lil Yachty said the same thing. He's like, I'm just making money. I'm just
about to mention him.
I'm just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
What people don't understand is that when you have I think with a lot of our generation, it's not like we're not artists that were just having fun and making money and just talking bullshit, because they were. Mm-hmm. We had Cash Money. We had.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean?
They had to grow on
me. We had our even No Limit. Would they talk about stuff that? I mean, I'm just being honest. sometimes there were songs where you just like, damn. But then you had to understand, like, okay, you're giving us your version of growing up and what it... I'm not saying all their songs was bullshit, because it wasn't. Some of this shit was like, yeah, try to make it out. Like, this is what I did to make it out. But what others don't understand is there's a lot that's going on today. Mm-hmm. You have a platform where you can use and actually do something. Because a lot of people have shit to say, but they can't say it because they don't have a platform to say it. Like, you can say social media all you want to, whatever. You have to have a platform in order to say stuff you want to say and get your point across. So it's kind of like people are like, yeah, you have this platform, you can do this, but you just choose not to because you're having fun. But all while you're having fun, you're forgetting that, like, when you do have that type of clout, when you have that type of exposure, you do have a responsibility. It is what it is if you don't want to get out of it. But people are giving you their money. They're giving you their money. They're giving you, I don't know. It's deeper than just saying, yeah, have fun, make your money. But also your message that you're putting out got a lot of people doing a lot of stupid ass shit. Yeah. So you are part of the problem.
But I kind of, like I said, I listened to a lot of what he said. I agree with you. But at the same time, when I listened to the points he made, they just made sense. All right, he was him and Angie was talking about how a lot of the artists who basically blew up over the internet and how a lot of the songs that they'll put out even before they were known, as how they got noticed. These were huge songs. And he was like, these songs don't get played on the radio. Why? He wanted to know why. And of course, Angie being in the radio as long as she has been, she told him, like, basically we can see when a song is played, we get the numbers back. We can tell when somebody changed the radio. Like, a lot of internet songs don't do good on the radio. And then he pointed out the fact that a lot of the internet sensations like Tekashi 6ix9ine, and these are probably the next people I name, you probably won't know them. Lil Pump, and Trippie Redd. You know what I mean?
I know these people because they were beefing with each other.
Yeah, and those types of guys, though, it's like the demographic that the radio shoots for is usually 18 to 34, 18 to 35. But the internet, like, I have young nieces and nephews who know these people's songs, and, like, it's like maybe 6 years old and up. Like maybe 18. So it's two totally different things. And that's why these people have made it this far. And I used to hate on them. Like, not to a Joe Budden extent, the old angry nigga. But it's like, I didn't understand it. And now it's like, okay, if you can get in that lane, create that lane, I'm okay with it. Like, I don't have to listen to it. I still listen to who I listen to. You know what I mean? I still listen to a lot of people I grew up with. And a lot of people that reminds me of the artists that I grew up with. But that's me. I'm only one consumer. So I ain't gonna lie, I listened to the interview. It was like 2 hours long, and it was like after, like, I buried the beef. He don't know we had it, but it was like, okay, you know what? I'm not beefing with you no more.
I just cannot.
I guarantee if you watch that interview, you'll like him afterwards.
I cannot.
I bet you would.
I bet I wouldn't.
I bet you $3.
I bet you 10. It's okay.
I got $3 on.
It's not that I don't like him. It's not. I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. I just have a problem with delivery in music that our people get, including Black people, Latinos, everybody. The music that we get. Well, I'll say especially Black people. Mm-hmm. Let's just say that. When I listen to other stations like pop stations and any type of station that just says, do they have music that promotes partying and bullshitting like that? Yes, they do. There's different artists. They make music like that. But do they also turn around and make music that's like positive and uplifting? Like even romantic songs and shit that got kids singing about being romantic and not kids, but just so you can grow up and get that point of, oh, this is what people like, or this is what someone likes. And they grow up to know that those things are okay. And our people get the hostile music. We get the shake your ass because you're supposed to have a big ass and You know, shoot a nigga because you ain't supposed
to have a big ass.
Because you ain't supposed to take no disrespect and shit like that. Like this is what the music that we get. So when your kids grow up and you wonder why they're acting this way, our music is a big influence. It's a big influence. I just wish that the artists that actually had something to say, that wasn't just like, I just want to make money, have fun. I'm not saying don't make money, have fun. But I'm saying that I wish the artists that really, really had something to say, that are lyrical and cold and just the shit.
Yeah.
I wish they got the same exposure as you just saying, okay, let's get this to these niggas.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. I'm all over.
No, I totally understand it, but this is what I was saying about the internet. It's like, okay, let's just take it back to back in the day. When hip-hop was first started. I ain't going to go all the way back to the Sugar Hill Gang. Let's say NWA. And that was the new popular music. Everybody jumped on it. Whites, blacks, everybody. It was new. It was fresh. They were expressing frustrations. They were saying things we want to say we had never heard on music. I mean, on tapes.
Right.
Back in the day. So, yeah, we loved it. But let's just say if there was a different dynamic to that era. What if there was another way that you can find out about other people? Like they had a deal. Like what if there was a way where like back then we didn't hear, like there was no underground music yet. Like we heard what the big labels pushed to us. There were some cities with the underground culture, like KC has Tech Nine, Chicago had Twisters, so I knew of them because they were from the hometown. You know what I mean? But we didn't get a chance to hear people from New York. We didn't get a chance to hear people from here, and there. And then another thing, with the invention of the internet, it's like I couldn't listen to what I wanted to listen to unless a friend had a tape, let me dub that motherfucker, or if I had my own few dollars and I can go buy that. Now kids just log onto the internet, they find their style of music and they run with it. So they have different heroes than we had back then.
But this is why music is crazy too. Because those same people that you're talking about had to push their music. Like you didn't just get online and just rap some shit and a nigga thought you was cute and you like, oh, I love this song. It's
Seems
great.
easy, yeah.
It's easy. And I don't care what people say about streams, anything. It's easy to get exposure now. So you got a lot of people who will fit a type of style that you like, and you like, oh yeah, okay. First of all, be good looking, great, because girls go crazy over the shit. Some dudes too go crazy over shit and be like, hey, this is good. I like this.
Yeah.
Won't even be talking about shit, but it's just this is great.
Yeah.
I like the look, and then talk about hating a lot of other niggas and fighting different people and what you do and what you don't do. Oh, you're hostile. Okay. So you will fuck niggas up. Okay, great. I mean, I'm really into this now. Again, I'm not saying don't have your fun. And I understand that everyone has to have their own type of music. NWA, like you said, our parents didn't really care about NWA. It was kind of like Pac had to come out for our parents to be like, okay,
yeah, I'm
cool. But people really didn't care about NWA because they were like, even though you're saying the truth, it's like it's a little bit too much.
A little too graphic.
Yeah, because our parents were not used to like seeing girls bounce around and shit like that and do disrespectful stuff. So to us, it was like, no, this is real. This is real. So our parents, it was like, no, this ain't Sugar Hill Gang.
Exactly.
So I understand that everybody has their turn. And that is very true. Everybody has their turn. But it's just like when so much stuff is going on around the world like it is now, it's a perfect time for the people who are really spitting shit to talk. Because it's like people are blind and lost to the fact the like we talked about before, the elders are not here anymore to spit game to us like they used to give us knowledge and tell us this is why we need to do certain things. So we're easily influenced in anything that just looks like it's fun. And we're doing this and we're doing that. But they're not telling you, nah, shit, if this nigga get in trouble, he can easily get out of it.
Yeah.
You ain't that type of person.
Exactly.
When your ass get in trouble, you're in trouble. That's why when J. Cole came out with his CD and everybody was mad at him for talking about people, I'm like, nah, off with their heads. Like, you better get them. Like, somebody needs to, because I'm not trying to say don't have fun, but it's like you have a responsibility to the people. And if you don't want that, that's fine. Go have fun, but move out of the way so real niggas could talk and do what they do. because you are not going to get us to where we need to go.
Yeah.
Your car is going to break down. It's a new one and it looks good, but that bitch is going to break down.
Yeah.
I want to ride with the motherfucker who in the hoopty, but going to get us to where we need to go.
And it's the crazy thing about today's fans in today's music industry is like those people, those real artists that we've been waiting on, it's just like they're just overlooked. Like they get to a certain level of stature, but it's like it's hard for them to go over the top now unless you listen to underground. There are a lot of real rappers that are underground, like a ton of them. But as far as like mainstream, it's like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of the radio stations and the powers that be just basically said, okay, we don't want the message anymore. And they really have control over who the music industry picks.
They do.
And they basically said, okay, we're going to take these people, just watered down shit. Like, and a lot of it is less than watered down. It's like, okay, if you don't want the, what was that, Public Enemy message, all right, that's cool. Like Tupac wasn't Public Enemy. He was a little bit watered down from that, but he was still like real. It seems like from generation to generation, it just got more and more watered down until all of a sudden it was just Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know what I mean?
The gatekeepers are only going to allow a few people in at a certain time. You know, like you have to be like J. Cole got introduced by Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Okay, you didn't get on with just a record label. Mm-hmm. Like you had to have someone let you in and be like, okay, I got this. Like, thank you. Let me, do what I do.
Yeah.
But if you are like Lil Yachty and you just sound like, oh yeah, you look like you just have fun. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Great. Or Lil Uzi Vert, like, yeah, you're having fun. Like this is what we want to do. The gatekeepers want us to keep continuing having fun, ignoring facts, pretending like we don't give a fuck.
Like everything's good.
Everything is great. We're happy. Look at niggas. We're niggas with money.
And diamonds and shit.
And look at this shit. And you can do it too. If you just, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say don't have fun with their money. Like you got it. You made it. Great. Have fun. Do what you do. I'm just saying do what you do responsibly. Because that shit may not last for a long time.
And I don't think a lot of them are going to last a long time. And the way I think too, I'm going to compare this to the NFL boycotts. You see people in your news feeds like, hey, I'm going to boycott the NFL, blah, blah, blah. And I just be sitting here thinking like, as much as I think that the NFL is a racist-ass establishment, boycotting the NFL for a fan will be like Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and everybody in the civil rights era marching for a bus boycott while niggas is still on the bus.
Yeah.
Like,
but they did.
How does that work? Like, look, it's still niggas on that bus. And when I sit and try to say, okay, I don't like the way the music industry is, I'm going to hate these little new motherfuckers because they ain't rapping about shit. But you look at the Nas's and the Jay-Z's and just all of the names that we looked up to. Ice Cube, like, I ain't letting them off the hook. NWA, Dr. Dre. It's like, who are they pushing?
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing to say, okay, like right now I have to speak in the past tense. So like, what are they doing to say, okay, I want to bring hip hop back? Why did you let it die? Like, they were the gatekeepers. Y'all are the people, the voices and the faces that we knew. How the hell did we get to Lil Pump and Trippie Redd? You know what I mean? If I had the key, if I was in those guys' positions, hip hop would have never died.
It would have died as soon as the internet came out.
But they didn't even put up a fight.
It would have died as soon as the internet came out because you cannot look at all these stupid ass challenges that people doing. Look at this shit. This is how fucking powerful the internet is.
It is.
The internet is so powerful.
I can't wait for this.
That there's a fucking boiling water challenge.
Wow.
We all know what the fuck. We've boiled hot dogs and eggs. We know what the fuck. Or some, I've been over places. Not mine. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything wrong with that. The struggle, it is what it is. But my mom,
not mine.
My mom worked 2 jobs to make sure shit didn't happen. Am I a little spoiled? Yes, I am. However, we've been over people's houses or even some of our own houses where shit got tight, and we got to boil some water for the tub. We got
for the heat,
shit, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. We all know what boiling fucking water does. Yeah. These kids are the goddamn girl's chin came off.
Wait a minute, what?
She did the boiling water challenge, and her skin was literally her skin.
She poured it on her face.
Now let me tell you something.
Hey, I'm glad I missed that challenge. I didn't see that one.
Fuck that. Okay, let's go to another one. We've got all day. Let's go to another one. The Tide Pods. Unless you get it with the coupon deal, and Tide doesn't really give out a lot of coupons.
No, they really don't.
Tide Pods are expensive.
They are.
But, kids don't care. They don't have to pay for it. But you sit up there eating Tide Pods like they're candy. Now, we know we're teaching our kids to be smart.
Yeah.
But they do it anyway. The condom challenge, sucking a condom up your nose.
I saw that one.
This is what and people probably like, what the fuck does that got to do with music? It's just saying that this is how you could teach your kids 1,000,000 times. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. The internet is so fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Just to get some clout, you are going to do stupid shit that you know could possibly fucking kill you. Mm-hmm. When people were pouring the alcohol on themselves and lighting themselves on fire in the bathtub, you fucking idiots.
I don't get it.
But this is how powerful the internet is.
Mm-hmm.
You could take your common sense and be like, shit, I don't care about this shit. This is what I'm going to do because this is what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
So you could try to push out tons of people. And there were other people who were, other older stars who were trying to get young people signed. I remember Bone Thugs-n-Harmony got a lot of people signed and they were good artists that came out. They didn't last long.
Yeah.
Because little Uzi Verts with the dreads and all shit was out here like, oh, let's have some fun. Migos came out. Who are these niggas?
The only rapper I still have beef with is Lil Uzi Vert. I buried the hatchet with.
I do like one of Lil. I like a couple of his songs.
Hey, you know what? I looked on the credits. I was on my Spotify, and I went back, and I guess I was searching for a song on Meek Mill's last album. Mm-hmm. And as I was just scrolling, I'm like, I was just looking at the credits, like, for some reason. And I see Lil Uzi Vert was on one of my favorite songs. I don't remember him. Like, I didn't know, like, I don't really know what his voice sounds like. But
horrible.
Just his style, like, as far as, and this might be wrong, but shit, he might say the same shit about me when he see me. It's like, I just don't, like, he just didn't fit into my mold of, like, a rapper I would listen to. But I was like, I wonder what he said on that song. And I never got a chance to go back and listen to it, like, and see if one of the voices wasn't Meek. Because I thought he rapped the whole song. I'm like, Lil Uzi Vert, he's on this shit?
You had to hear him. Unless he wrote it. Unless he wrote it. Because his voice is...
Hopefully he just wrote it.
Because his voice,
I could deal with that.
Yeah, his voice is just... You would know.
Or like high-pitched or something like that.
His voice is like... not exactly the same, but like a young thug. You could tell the voice is kind of like, I know this is someone different that just came on the scene. Like, it is not. All right,
I hated on Young Thug for a minute too, but I heard a couple songs I like when I'm in it. That one song, "Pick Up the Phone."
We're not trying to say that these people don't have certain good songs.
They don't.
No, we're not. I'm not. I speak for myself. I'm not trying to say these people don't have good songs and good catchy songs and songs that make you like, oh, I will never do that. Like, if I hear a song and the song, I'm like, damn, that shit sound good. Like, I'll. But most of these, I'm saying they sound good because of beats. I'm like, damn, check that beat out. That beat sound good. And then I'm just listening to the person. Like, they're the songs that have to grow on you, that you have to hear a couple of times because, your phone's dead and you can't listen to it in your car or something. So you listen to the radio and you like, oh, okay. Or you let YouTube Red play or Tidal play or you let whatever play and you like, who is this?
But the radio's dangerous, though. The radio is really dangerous. If you're a type of person like me who's real judgmental, and like, okay, I'm the type of person where maybe I've missed out on some good music because I saw the persona or saw this person and I was like, nah, I ain't giving them a chance. I am that person. But like, say if you ride up, I'm sitting outside, say if I was raking the grass or something when you pulled up, and I heard some shit like, yeah, that shit's dope. Who was that? A Lil Uzi Vert? Then, you know what? All of a sudden, I like the song.
Yeah.
Because I can't hate on it now. Like, if I listen to it and you got good music, I can't hate on it. That's why I don't allow myself to, like, say, okay, I'm going to listen to him because I might start liking it. I'm one of those old school people who are like, no, I don't want anything new. I don't like. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's just the styles of these people. I'm old school. I'm used to white T-shirts and Dickies and Chucks and flannels and Jerry curls and shit. Like you said, juice on the door. Like I'm used to that. I will never grow out of that. I've accepted later generations' music. With this generation, it's like it's so much. Like I want to learn something. I want to like be engaged in something. I want to feel like I went through like 4 of those tracks when I listen to it. Have fun music is not really my lane. I'm too old. I don't have fun unless my girl tell me to.
And I guess that's
got time for no fucking fun.
I guess that's a little bit where you and I differ. Because like I said, I'll listen to just because I like a song or a couple of songs of yours. Mm-hmm. And who gives a fuck? It's my opinion. Nobody cares about my opinion. It's just my opinion.
We all care.
No, these people don't. They're making money. I mean, I would feel the same way if I wrote something to people like, I don't like what you wrote, but it made money.
Yeah.
And I understand
and that's all I care about.
And I understand that a lot of people are not going to like it. And I respect that you don't like it. You don't have to. That's your choice. Mm-hmm. So I'm not trying to say that these people don't have songs that I don't like. Because like I said, I let my rotation just play. Like, and I'll listen to something and then turn my phone back on because, you know, it went dead or not dead, but the screen went out. Yeah. So I look at it like, oh my God, like I actually like this song. That's crazy. I like this song. Yeah. So I like for stuff to sneak up on me because I'm like, I don't want to be that type of person. I don't want to miss out on good songs just because I'm like, I'm not really digging that person. That doesn't mean that I don't like the message that you're sending, that you could be doing something better. But I feel like they're young artists, which is why I say I don't hate them. I just wish that they gave a better message. However, they are young. We've all been young. We've all been to where, I don't care. A lot of people tell me a lot of shit too, but I don't care. I'm going to still do what I want to do. Exactly. And then when we got to a certain age, we like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Or if I could go back and change that, I would. And we have to allow everyone to have their own time. Yeah. That's why I say, even when we say, well, why would somebody do that? And if I was around, I would have told them to do this. And it's kind of like, no, you got to respect everybody else's growing process the same way somebody had to respect your growing process. Yeah. Because there's a lot of shit that we've done back in the day that we like, damn, why the fuck did I do that? Or that was the dumbest shit ever that I did. But we were kids.
I think about it every day.
Me too. I think about a lot of shit like, damn, why the fuck did I do that? I mean, a couple of things last week. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? But but it is. It's a process. It's like you have to keep going and keep growing, and that's when change comes. So I respect their process. I respect them, having to transition. Mm-hmm. And some people do. Some people grow wiser. Some people just grow older. So hopefully these people will be people who grow wiser instead of older.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then before we wrap up, we've been talking about music for a long time. I still think too. Like I actually think about it a lot. And it seems that hip hop took a turn once rappers became businessmen. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the Jay-Z's and who else? Like Ice Cube, like, okay, I'm going to start making movies. I'm going to start doing this. 50 Cent, I'm going to start creating TV shows. I'm going to start endorsing vitamin water. It's like once you like got to a certain level, it's like, okay, music got you there. You catapulted and you just went somewhere else. You didn't. I'm not saying that they have an obligation. I would kind of sort of say it, but they just didn't feel like they had the obligation to keep the torch going.
I don't think I can't say because I wasn't in those meetings that they did try to get.
I was in there.
You were not.
They was on some bullshit.
I can't say that they did because I don't know who you tried to put out because I heard a lot of artists try to put different people out that were really good and they just didn't make it. Again, you sometimes, even though artists are big, unless you are a person who like Diddy and Jay-Z, unless you own your own, if a person says, I really don't want to play this song, or I really don't like this song, or I'm just not feeling it. I don't care who you are, I'm just not feeling it. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to get anywhere. Mm-hmm. But like Diddy, no, you gonna do it. You gonna play the song.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Like, I own my shit. You're going to play it, and if you don't play it, Jay-Z, I own my shit. You're going to play it. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
It's when you have the pull to do that, I think you can get people out. But when you don't have that pull, or even financially, we don't know how they're doing financially. Cube and them might say, well, shit, I really need some money. Like, I really need to start thinking about my family because this shit ain't paying off. Like, a lot of these rappers gonna understand. I really need to think about this shit because although this was fun, it's not financially going to pay off to where I want to be, to where I'm okay. This lifestyle that I'm living right now, I may not be able to live it in 5 years if I don't change up or switch up and focus on this. So maybe for some of these people, they felt like, well, shit, I don't have the pull to do it. And like, I got to focus on me and making sure my people's straight just in case if something happens or whatever. I want to make sure that they're good. So, I mean, it's different things. Point blank period, the internet's here.
Yes.
It's going to do its
thing.
thing.
And it is murdered music. They crushed it.
Just grow up, y'all. Just grow up and then be like, yeah, we got to stop the violence. Or we got to stop some shit, but I'll shoot a nigga real quick if they disrespect. But I want everybody else to come together. You know
y'all come together, though. I'm about to kick this murder music off and go platinum and keep hip-hop going, though. Speaking of the internet, speaking of violence, and this is one reason I love the internet. Because, yes, the internet may have hurt the music game, but it's brought so many laughs and so many funny videos. I saw a video this week. It was a customer at McDonald's. Now, the first time I saw it said that she was trying to get some water she was trying to get some pop in a water cup. But it turned out that I guess the lady who worked there, and she was like way over the weight limit. She was a big girl. And like, you just see her charging this woman and just like flinging her all over the place. And she beats her for like 6 hours. And then and then the manager comes out of the back, breaks it up, and the girl is like still throwing punches. So she allows it to be broken up so she can get the big girl off of her. And then she took a swing at the manager. And then the manager beat her for a few minutes. Like, did you see the video? You gotta.
I did not.
It's hilarious.
I did not see
It's super hilarious.
Okay, so wait. So who was the bigger girl? Who was she? Did she work
the girl, McDonald's? Yes. Yes, she was like behind the counter. So
why did she beat the other girl up?
What she said in the video is that she disrespected her mother. Like, they got into some type of altercation, like, I mean, obviously involving food. They were in McDonald's. Unless the girl just came up there and they knew each other outside of work. I don't know. But while the big girl was charging, like, the other girl had a shake and like a tray, like she was eating there. Like, she threw the shake at her when she was coming, didn't phase her. She hit her with the tray, did nothing. And she just kept coming. It was like a Mayweather Tom Hanks fight. It was like, you just got the shit beat out of her. It was fucking hilarious. Like, there's no way in hell nobody in your newsfeed shared that shit. It was like it went viral fast.
You know what? When it comes to, I'm actually looking at it now. But when it just comes to like fight videos, I just don't watch them.
I'm the same way, but this shit was just like, it was one of the top ones that I've ever seen because it was just so random. It was like, you know how you spot a fight video, you scrolling, see two people squaring off, or you see motherfuckers about to jump somebody, like this like had a whole different dynamic to it.
Let me tell you why she's dumb.
I'll tell you why she's dumb. She chose to fuck with that big mouth.
Big whatever. You have too much around you for you to pick up a bitch. You have a chair around you.
Yes.
There's no way I would have picked up this. There's no way I would have hit her with a tray.
There was no stopping her with that tray.
There's no way I would have. And then they work at McDonald's, so you know these hoes ain't afraid to lose their job. And I'm not trying to say about anybody who work at McDonald's. Get your money. However, we all know McDonald's is not paying out the ass.
No.
So are you willing, if your manager give you too much flack, are you willing to say, fuck you? And walk out that bitch and get some drinks and some fries, some other shit to take home?
And the customer allowed the employees to like unleash some pent up frustration, because it has to be some when you're there working that drive through dealing with people. It was like she set that girl off easy.
But the little girl, the one who got beat up twice. She was still sitting up there talking shit.
She kept coming back, like even in the end, and then she picked up the chair in the end. And you know what I've noticed about McDonald's? Like when you go to the hood, where like the table, the chairs are bolted to the floor. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't picking up nothing. But when you go in a good neighborhood, you got those real. You ever seen those metal chairs that only weigh like a pound? Like they're easy to pick up, but you can fuck somebody up with them. That's what you should have had.
And because that chair looked flimsy as shit. However, if she swung it with just the right force at her head, she would have been fine.
Yeah, she'd have been okay.
She would have been fine. The only thing she had to do was get her down. If you get her down, my mom used to always say that, get a nigga's leg. Because as soon as you do that, people be worried about the head too much.
Yeah.
If you get the legs, you can get the head thereafter. But you get them legs first, because the motherfucker be like, what the fuck is happening to my shit? Your bottoms is gone, bitch. I
think she was too scared to go for the legs. No. Did you see the fear? I would have threw that shake. And McDonald's shakes are very tasty.
I'm gonna tell you why she wasn't scared. Because anytime you get your ass beat like that, and then the girl's taller too, so you swinging down. But anytime you get your ass
taller, 100 pounds heavier.
Anytime you get your ass beat like that, and you still walking back like shit, like I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
And old girl knew that too, because she turned around. When she turned around and was walking away, you could have popped her motherfucking ass, and you didn't. Like, you just talking shit.
And the hilarious part about it to me is that her boyfriend was there.
Where her boyfriend? I
read that her boyfriend was like slightly out of the camera shot. How did you allow that to happen to your girlfriend? As big as she was probably bigger than him too. But you could have came up behind her and at least, I'm not condoning any male on female violence, but this girl is pummeling your girlfriend.
And then I don't know, because I don't know who's in the wrong either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm serious. The other chick, she could have been messing with her. I done seen some stuff like that. Some little chick, you think you cute, you think you about to talk crazy to somebody, and you get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
And you take your ass whooping and you keep on moving.
Oh, she definitely took one. She didn't even keep on moving. She took two.
I'm going to tell you why the manager wrong, though. The manager wrong because you tried to break it up, so of course she's going to swing on you. Like, I was always taught, don't get in the middle of a fucking fight. I got into the middle of one fight, and it was niggas fighting, and I was like, you know what? Never gonna do that again. You motherfuckers sit up here and fight all you want to.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, but I think she felt sorry for her because that wasn't a fight. That was a massacre. And she was trying to help this girl, and the girl is just, I guess she saw somebody her size, and she was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try to swing on your ass. And yes, that was a dumb decision because she was already beat up. Like, you already lost. Like, you're in the hole. You know what I mean? You owe us one. And she still took another one. It was like, yeah.
She did. I mean, even the manager, too. Like, she couldn't help it because she's like, shit, I'm just trying to do you a favor. I'm trying to break you up, and I got hit. However,
she didn't hit her that much either. Like, she was like, just for the hit that she gave her, she gave her a few.
Yeah, she swung around. But if she's smart, she'd be waiting for the motherfuckers outside. Like, you are at work. You have to come outside.
In
the midst of you coming outside, if I know you whooped my ass like that, in the midst of you coming outside, there will be a trash bag.
She's going to need an assault rifle to take that girl down. The girl that charged that, it was... Hey, and I'm just saying this, I never fought like a super big person. Like, I don't know if I've just been lucky, but I've always had a fair fight. I've never had to fight somebody that was just super huge.
But that was fair. I mean, that was fair. Regardless of your size, that was fair. Again, I've seen some skinny people take out the biggest person. It is not the fact of a person being bigger, like, she whooped her ass. Yeah. It's the technique of what you are going for.
Yeah.
She was going for her head, you dummy. Once she's taller than you, she's bigger than you. Mm-hmm. People are stupid when
How was she supposed to take her legs out, though? Like a sweep kick?
Okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm watching it over again, what she was coming for. After she look at the video, after she popped her with the thing, after she popped her with the tray, the chick moved her head like, At that moment, you should have kept that tray in your head and popped her in her face.
She should have threw it at her.
No, keep it in your hand. And then when you popped her in her face, she hurt by her face and pop her in her legs. Go for the legs. But she didn't know. She was in there.
It happened so fast.
She was in there just trying to look cute. That's all.
And why didn't the men that was behind her, why didn't they really didn't, well, it was just one man. But I think he was scared.
He said,
I don't think he wanted to touch it.
He said, look at this. He said, look at this chick. He said, I ain't dealing with this bitch.
At first he ran out like he was about to help, but then he was like, you know what?
Is it black people in the back?
No.
I thought they were black. Anyway, whatever. You know what? Like you said, how could she take her out? She charging at her. Bitch better go home and get some pepper spray. And just spray at them damn eyes.
Yeah, and she should have kept backpedaling too. Like until you get something in, until you get one blow in, like you don't just stop. Like if you can't handle the weight that's coming at you, you got to keep moving back. Eventually she will tire.
Hey, she should have ran around the room. Like,
I've seen people do it before. Like, just run for a minute.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, shit, he about to get his ass whooped. Then he stopped and just handled his business. You know what I mean? He tired that big motherfucker out. You know what I mean? Make him do a couple laps around the car.
I would have ran outside. Like, come on.
I don't think she was coming out there.
Whatever she said to her, she would have continued to say that shit. She would have came outside.
I think, you know what? Like I said, I don't watch fight videos. Usually, like, it's clear that it's a fight video. With this one, like, just from some of the people's captions that I seen, I just knew it was going to be hilarious and I had to watch it.
I can't hear what she said to her.
It was, like, whatever she said, it was, like, already done by the time the camera came on.
But you know what? People have to understand, too, when they watch fight videos and they be like, ooh. If your blow does not hold any force to it, the look of you getting hit may look bad. But if the force is weak, that shit don't feel like it look. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell when somebody get hit with the fury, with the finish him.
Yeah.
Because they whole face is like gone. Like, you know how when you get something close to something so close and then you can see like the people, like they skin move.
Yeah.
I've seen motherfuckers get hit and I'm like, damn. Like, you could tell they took away their whole life for that's just that instant.
Just snatched their soul real quick.
Like, just, yeah. And then it came back in, but for a minute that shit was gone. Like, her punches, what she was doing to her, when she was swinging her around, that was different. But her punches, though, you couldn't have did nothing to that bitch that bad, because if you hit her that bad, she was not going to be walking behind you for shit.
Yeah, because she didn't, like, after I took, it looked like a pretty decent ass whooping. I would have just went on, like, if you had any food that you had been waiting on, I would have got my order and left. There's no reason I'm going to follow this chick around. And she followed with the chair, and the chick just took the chair, like, give me this.
Because they didn't hear her. Look at her. Look, you can tell by that why she hitting her. Like, you just big and you just swinging her around. Like, your punches aren't like, because if you punched, you had all that time to hit this girl, this chick, and she didn't stay down. Like,
yeah, she didn't go down at all.
She didn't stay down at all. Like, it looks great, but she didn't stay down. Like, look at her.
Y'all forgive me. I just found it funny. We usually want
her swinging her around look funny. Her swinging around look like a dog with a chew toy in that bitch.
Exactly. Like, she just turned her into a rag doll, just threw her everywhere.
Yeah, even the manager's hits was like, y'all just swinging a girl around. I would have been like, this is not a tilt-a-whirl.
It seemed like he came out and he thought it was a little bit worse than it was, and then he was just like, you know what, I ain't gonna break. I'm gonna just stay here so she won't kill this motherfucker.
Yeah, and that was it. That was like, I'm gonna just stay here and that's it. I wonder what they got into it for. I got questions.
Yeah, I've seen, you know what, the internet does so much crazy shit. Like, if you don't see the original video, people caption it with something, and there's like 5 different captions. They were all funny, but
I love captions. I look at the shit before I look at the caption before I look at anything else. I'm like, whoever wrote this shit's hilarious.
All right, speaking of a person that's hilarious to me, R. Kelly dropped I Admit It. Came out, I think, Monday. 20-minute song where he admits a lot of things. He admitted that he doesn't read that well. He admitted that when he was at an award show, he couldn't even read the teleprompter. Things like that. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm an old R. Kelly fan. It seems like I just look at him as two different people now. Like when Luther Vandross was alive, hey, you got the old Luther, the new Luther. That's how I look at R. Kelly. I got two R. Kellys, a pre-P and a post-P. The post-P, I'm not too fond of him. Anyway, he dropped a 20-minute song, and I just couldn't listen to it all. Somebody have to, pull up the lyrics for me or something like that. But I think I didn't listen to it because I don't think this is the right time for a song called I Admit It.
When is the right time?
So after you pee on somebody, probably never.
He peed on somebody a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. That was the
Not saying that that's still not bad.
It was a long time ago when he peed on her. Yes.
It wasn't yesterday he peed on her.
But
years and years ago.
Yeah, but there's so many new allegations that have been levied against him, and he's still
allegations.
Yes.
All those are allegations. Like his lawyer. All those are allegations. No one's come out with the truth.
And why didn't he ask his lawyer before he said that? If you drop an I Admit It song, people are going to look at it the wrong way. And I think, was it just a publicity stunt? I admit it, you be like, ooh, I'm going to listen to this whole 20 minutes because he's going to say he peed on that girl. I'm kind of leaning towards that's the reason he made the song. Because why else? What are you explaining for? If most of the people, OJ ain't coming out where he did do the If I Did It thing. So I guess that was an ex-football present murderer version of I Admit It.
It's just so long.
I just couldn't, what are you admitting? That's a lot of shit to admit. Shit. If I made an admitted song and just admitted to all of the bullshit I did, it would probably only be 4 minutes. I haven't done that much shit in my life to where I have to admit something to.
Oh, he did a lot of shit.
I see.
About to start. I'll just give you guys just a taste. Because so he admits that he slept with his best friend's girlfriend. His very best friend. He admits
that ain't too bad. I'll forgive him on that.
This is what he said to Robbie in the back crying. I'll be like, nigga, turn on these lights. What you here doing?
But a past R. Kelly that's like.
Is you crying? We don't know when this happened.
Oh, well, let's just say R. Kelly.
He admit, obviously he's got some on his shoulder because he's letting it out.
He got something on his shoulder. Right? Damn Pete.
Well, it ain't on his shoulder. He banged his girlfriend's best friend in the back of his Benz. He admitted that when he was younger, he was touched by a family member. Since he was from the time he was a child to I think he said 14.
Did he give a name?
No. You know what?
Did he give a title? Uncle?
No.
No.
He just said which was a smart move.
Yeah.
If I was admitting something, which that's never happened to me, but if I was admitting something in a song, I would have said the same thing because then you're like, who was it? Who could have been?
Yeah.
It could have been an aunt. Or it could have been an uncle. With most black people, though, we automatically think uncle.
Yeah, y'all stereotype.
We automatically think uncle or cousins because most of those are the ones who are loony. Who you be like, stay away from cousin or stay away from uncle. But the crazy thing is, black people, we are good at, especially back in the day, sweeping shit like that under the rug. I hear a lot of people talking about different shit that happened to them back in the day, and I'm just thinking, so the family didn't get together and whoop his ass? Or was the family just we know how he is?
Yeah, and I don't get that one.
I don't either. And so the family who be like, we know how he is, and y'all let that shit ride. I just don't get it. I'm No, I'm not even gonna say I.
No, there's no way to justify that. Nah. If you know how he is, then why is he around children?
Right. Like if you knew that this person actually, because the allegations are allegations. If you've never, but if a kid actually came back and told you something, or if you look at this person or you catch this person doing something, family or no family, I don't give a fuck. Ain't no way. There is no way. I hate parents and aunties and cousins and shit who, if a person tell them like this person did something to me, you like don't believe them, or you tell them don't tell nobody, or. And I know back in the day things were different, or we were raised different, or I don't know. I just can't. Anyway, so he admitted that.
Yeah. Nothing juicy in there.
Oh, wait.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. Because this shit was looking juicy. They highlight this shit. Oh, I think he's talking about Aaliyah.
Oh, shit. So we already knew that.
No, but this shit, but you know what? He never fully admitted. We knew that, but we didn't know that.
Yeah.
We didn't know what we needed to know. I had questions. And like Radio Shack, he should have had answers. I had questions about that shit. I want to know. What is he talking about?
And you gotta let us in on what you're reading over there.
Well, see, it's not really.
Sing.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of the song. Anyway, read this. You gotta listen to the song. Listen to the song or read the lyrics, or do both. I mean, I'm pretty sure YouTube got a combo where you can just listen to it and watch the lyrics.
Yeah, you can sing along. Have a karaoke night.
Oh, this shit, you probably looking a couple times like, hold on, wait, what did I just say? What did I just say? Oh, okay. See, since he said he couldn't read that well, he signed his own publishing away because not being able to understand contracts. He had dyslexia. He has. I'm sorry, that it didn't go away. He said, "What's wrong?"
I had it.
He said he had, but you still got it. He said he's a broke ass legend. So he's basically said, so I guess after the nigga stole his stuff out of the house, technically you doing time. You ain't got to tell the person where you put it.
Exactly.
Because you stole the shit. That's what you're in there for.
All right, I'm listening. I just want to comment.
He got a lot of shit going on. He got a lot going on. I'm like on verse 7, and it's like reading a book, like a good ass book. This song will make you want to curl up with a nice hot cup of cocoa, a blankie, and on the couch, and just so you could read it. I would just read it. I wouldn't even listen to it. I need to just read it like, oh shit.
Or read it first and then listen to the song.
No.
So you can get.
This is a book.
Just read it.
This is a book.
Chapter 7.
Oh shit. This shit get hot.
And you know what? I almost think, like, now that you brought that up, why wouldn't he write a book? Like, who wouldn't, like...
Because who would...
I think if it was known that a lot of things, like the questions that we had, would be answered in that book, I think he could have made more money off of it, definitely. Because a lot of people that were just into the musical R. Kelly, like, I don't think everybody's on board anymore. So we might just look at the song like, nigga, you just trying to pull us back in. I mean, that's how I looked at it when I saw it.
This is the smarter move. I'm going to tell you why. Because once you hear this shit, I want it in more detail. I'm reading this shit like, I want more. Like, I want to
You want more? A 20-minute song is not enough for you.
No, I want a detail. You telling what you admitting to, but you not saying, so on this day, this happened. I was shocked. However, what he's saying is he only listens to, he said something, he doesn't read the contracts, he just knows music. And he just knows to sing. So he's stuck with what he's good at. I mean,
so who the fuck was this nigga's lawyers? They all rich then.
People get over on people all the time.
He's the only broke person out of this equation then. Because R. Kelly has sold, I almost lied and act like I knew, but he sold a whole lot of records. Millions.
We know he has. But if you don't have somebody there who understands, even us, okay, so when the show super duper blows up, there are going to be some things that we have to learn and understand for ourselves because we've never been in this type of situation and this type of, and sometimes instead of people doing it themselves or learning about it themselves, because it's easier said than done. So instead of people doing it and learning about it themselves, it's like, let me pay somebody who's normally used to doing this. And then you get this person there around you for like 10 years. You feel like, I'm in good hands. I've known this person for 10 years. Like we've been doing business together and things have been great. And then you find out, hold on, wait a minute. I've been depending on this person for so long that damn, I wasn't thinking about this. It's kind of like when people say, shit, if I won a lotto, I'd do this shit with money. I'd do this.
Yeah.
But you can't even work with the fucking money you get now. So how would you know what to do with this amount of cash if you don't even know what to do with the shit that you got?
So you're not one of them people that say that?
They say, what, if I had this type of money, I'd do this, I'd do that?
Yeah.
No, I'm not, because I'm not there.
You don't dream about it?
I dream about it, but I'm not one of those type of people who be like, if I had, like, when you hear about people who won a certain amount of money, and you think like, damn, I would never do that shit, or I would never do that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't never had that amount of money. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. People be like, I'm not gonna change. You don't know that shit. You get a little extra money on your...
I'm gonna change.
You get a little extra money on your check, you acted different. So you just, oh, they paid me twice. So you telling me you ain't gonna change? If somebody gave you $1 million, it is hard to know what to budget, what to pay, what to do this, how to do this, and how to go about doing this if you don't have the knowledge or training in money.
Yeah.
The knowledge and training that we have in money isn't shit compared to a person who comes from wealth. A person that comes from wealth, like, I already know because I've been here, I've done that. Yeah. I know what taxes are. I know what I will have to pay for this. Yeah. I can estimate basically how much I'm going to have to pay. Your motherfucking ass don't know that. What you know is I was broke, I have money. Let me buy this. Let me do this. Let me do this. And I'm going to put some up. Yeah. But you're accumulating all this money, things that you have to pay, and you just got one lump sum. Yeah. It's not generating anymore if you're not making moves for it to generate more. Eventually, this money is going to run out. What are you going to do to keep money coming? Like that liquor store you wanted to open ain't popping. That record deal you thought you was going to come out with didn't happen. So you have to come up with something that says, I'm going to put my money in this because I know it's going to generate more money. And I think we don't take the time to say, let me learn about this. Look how many people of us die and shit and we leave our kids nothing. When all you have to do is pay like $50 a month and you can leave your kids in the best care. Exactly. But we be like, nope, because I'm living for the now. And I'm doing this for the now. I ain't got no $50 for y'all. I can't do it. I'm living for the now and I'm doing this shit for the now and this is it.
I'll just double up next month. And then before you know it, like you ain't paid all year.
And I'm not trying to diss people, but I'm just saying we live for, our mind frame is for the now. I want to stun on these niggas. I want to show these bitches. I want to do this. I want to do this. And you doing all that shit. It's like, hold on. You telling me I only got 100,000 left? Yeah, motherfucker. You only got 100,000 left.
You get a call from a lawyer and was like, you've depleted your funds.
But guess what? Just look at your account after you pay me.
Exactly.
You got $50,000. Like, I just had a meal. Like, where did this come from? So if you don't have somebody in your corner, like we think Kels, he got this money. And we think a lot of people, like, just people who you rapping about being rich, so you got this money, right? Yeah. Ain't nobody really read. We haven't read their contract. We don't know what their contract says. Their contract can say, yeah, this money that you counting right now, that's it. Yeah. Like, you on the videos counting everything that they gave you for the videos, for the CD, for everything. Yeah. We not in their pockets. So we just think like, damn, that nigga living a high life. And then 2 years later, you ain't hearing from these people because they used their advance. Exactly. And that was it. So unless you do it yourself, most people who made a lot of money ended up saying, I'm going to do this shit myself. People don't like Puff. I didn't like Diddy for a minute because I was like, damn.
You didn't like Diddy? What the fuck?
Because I was like, damn.
What's not to like about Diddy?
I'm like, damn, Diddy arrogant, but Diddy smart as shit. I'd rather want to do it myself. I'm not trying to say he didn't probably screw over some artists. I'm pretty sure he did. The nigga come out with a
He screwed everybody on Bad Boy.
The nigga come out with new artists every season. But, I mean, I would rather do shit myself and know how to do stuff myself before I say, oh, no, that would never happen to me. Because we ain't never been around shit like that. If you ain't never been rich before, stop talking like you don't know how to go.
I've never been rich, obviously, before, but I have a plan for the money when I win the lottery. I got a fucking Mega Millions losing ticket in there on the table.
That's exactly why we're going to be
every time I think about winning, and first of all, if it's less than $200 million, then I have to reconfigure it all. But what I've said was, if I get $200 million after taxes, I will put $100 million up. I will put it up to where I couldn't touch it for like 10 years or more, or something like that. Because if you can't work with 100, goddamn. And the only thing that I sit, and I'm going to say this, and I'm being totally honest. Now, what the fuck would happen if I actually won it? Who knows? But this is my plan. I just want to travel with every family member, with all of my immediate family. That's all I want to do. Like, cars and shit like that, it doesn't really mean a lot. Like, I don't think... All right, first of all, I tell this to people even though, no, I'm not rich. But when you get to the point to where you live in a mansion and you have a Bentley outside... After you go to sleep and wake up a couple of weeks, that shit's normal now. Like, we dream about that shit because we don't have it. A homeless person dreams about having a house and a car to drive. And when you get it, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel no different when I went and got an Escalade. Oh, but shit, I've been thirsting out after that motherfucker for 10, 15 years. Ain't nothing special about that motherfucker. I should have just went and got another Chevy Caprice. You know what I mean? It's like once you get to that amount, and I don't think people think like that. I think people think that you're going to feel so great about these material things to where you just won't be sad or unhappy another day in your life. And material things don't bring that shit. It doesn't. I've never owned a Bentley. I've never owned a 10-room mansion. But I guarantee you, it's not going to make me feel like I've made it. Like it won't. Like you see Diddy, you mentioned Diddy. When he got those things, what did he do? He kept on going, and now he's almost a billionaire. It's like some people don't stop. Like nobody gets content with that and goes broke in 3 years.
But that's because... No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it. I'm not these people. I've just always been the person to say, I don't know.
I'm just going to wait till it happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not there. Because I've also...
Nothing wrong with that.
I've also said certain shit in life, period, that I'm like, shit, I never do that shit. Got in that situation like, damn. I was kind of judgmental. Like, people be like, I would never do that shit and end up being like, fuck. I don't know what the fuck I would do if I was in that situation. Sometimes you have to be put in that situation because if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. He's going to laugh. Because what you have planned is not always what we wish that it's like that. And sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. It's just, you have to be in that situation. What I can say is if I got that type of money, I hope that I would get the knowledge business-wise on how to, even to say before I just go crazy and spend, because I'm going to spend before I know, but before I go crazy and spend most of this money, I hope to have the patience to be like, okay, let me stop fucking around and like actually learn about this money. Mm-hmm. And let me ask somebody that has generated more money, because the information that I'm going to take for somebody who's never been in this situation cannot help me. The information that I could take from somebody who is in this situation and doing better is going to help me. Not giving them my money, but them giving me advice on saying, Like, well, this is what I did. It may not help you, but this is what I did to generate more money. And you ask different people who have been in that situation, and you could pull out which pieces may help you or what benefits you and say, I would do this, or this sounds good. This sounds something more of what I would do. Because you can't help me if you've never been in this situation. I mean, you could give me advice and say, well, I think you should do this. Yeah. And that's great. But I think I would do this is coming from if you were here. Yeah. Not I am here. This is what I would do. So that's why I said who you surround yourself with, very important. It's because you learn from people. Even now in the situation that we are in now, being around other people who are out there or trying to get out there, you're like, damn, you did that? That's smart. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah. It's all about who you surround yourself with. And some people may not have good advice. Some people will have good advice. And it's you take what little pieces that you want and you make it work for you. Learn from it. Yeah,
I agree with that. I would definitely like to take some advice from somebody who's been through it. And then you got to do your own research too. Yeah. Like when I look at the bank statements and you see like, okay, this amount of money will make you 3% a year annually just by being here in a bank. So I think about $100 million. You think about $1 million. 3% of $1 million is $30,000. Some people don't make $30,000 in a year. Yeah. And then you take $100 million and put it in a bank. 30,000 times 100 is $3 million.
But what type of bank?
Definitely not UMB.
Hey, y'all, I'm back.
Definitely not where I bank now.
Open up my account. I just got some money.
We're talking about real banks.
They're going to be like, he's back again.
And because I think, too, because I'm a working class person, so I think about, I'm always thinking about money. I'm always thinking about people with money. I'm always thinking about those secrets that you won't find out until you get money.
I was about to say, yeah, it's just...
I'm sure that there are banks that only cater to rich people. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. Like, I doubt if there's ever... I'm sure that if you were to hit the lottery or were to accumulate money on your own, wealth on your own, you would have an advisor that says, oh, no, you won't be using your old bank. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we do. You know what I mean? But you have to get to that level. So, yeah.
Or if you smart, spread it out. Because even putting money into a bank is kind of like, what am I, like you said, if 3%, like what am I gaining by banking with you? Because a lot of people have hidden shit on black people, whether you rich or not. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like a lot of celebrities came out like, I wouldn't. And didn't know that at first. Yeah. So you just getting in the game, it's kind of like, yeah, this sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Sounds like great. And a lot of people, rich people, had to lose money. It's not like you're just going to get gains. Yeah. That's not how it works. A lot of people with money had to lose some money in order to understand, okay, I won't do that shit again. Exactly. Like, that was fucking crazy. I mean, we do that now. Like, won't do that shit.
And so, like they say, you pay for what you don't know. Right. So there will be a lot of growing pains.
Right. But we'll grow. And so let us hit the lottery.
Yeah, I can't wait. I was reading, like I said, I'm always reading about money. And I read this past week, that Mark Zuckerberg, his net worth dropped by $20 billion Wednesday. $20 billion. Had a rough day in the stock market. That's what said.
Mark, you all right?
I wonder how, and that's another thing I think about. Like, you always hear people say, oh, shit, you don't want no white person to go broke or lose a large amount of money. They'll commit suicide. I'm like, shit. Nigga, I really don't think it got nothing to do with race. $20 billion lost in one day? It's like, bro, like, I might be checking myself into a fucking clinic for depression or something like that. And then people say, oh, well, shit, he still got 40 left, but nigga, $20 billion, like, yes, I can't even comprehend the loss. If I lose $20, I'm tearing this fucking house up. Curtains coming down, I gotta find it. $20 billion, like, if you were in that position now, How would you feel if you looked at your bank account and $20 billion? One thing I got to bring up.
Hey, that boy got pushed out of the top 5 Forbes.
He dropped like a motherfucker.
They said, whoa, Mark, we're going to have to drop you.
$20 billion. You know what? You know how you call your debit card or call and they give, and that little voice says, you have $230.33. Could you imagine being a billionaire and they telling you your account? I dream of hearing that voice where a motherfucker say billion.
He'll pick that shit back up.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Because shit, if he take another hit like that, that motherfucker gonna be.
Oh yeah, what did he say? He had $67 billion still.
That's a lot of fucking money. And it's still a lot of money to lose. That's still a lot of money to lose. Most of us will never understand or go through anything like that, but I don't feel bad for the nigga. Like you said, he's still 67 billion strong, but shit, that's a lot of fucking cash.
He sold that shit anyway.
Hey, but they got paid too. They got paid good.
He sold that shit anyway. Listen, that's what happens when you play dirty. The Lord be like, have fun. Enjoy yourself.
That's
15 billion.
Gone. And I saw different reports like 15, 16.7.
No, this Forbes, I'm it's 15.
Oh my God.
It's 15. He went
billion.
to in one day. Which is why it's important to say.
There's a lesson.
Why it's important to say. Because people be like, Facebook ain't never going nowhere.
Shit.
Nigga, and a lot of people think that too. When you have people with brilliant minds coming up with new shit every day, like once you come out with an idea, somebody else is coming out with an idea how to make your idea better. Yeah. Like you gave them and it's not to say don't come out with yours. Come out with yours.
Yeah.
But the moment you do that, you're giving somebody else like, oh, but this could be better.
Yeah.
I mean, they did that with MySpace. They did that with MySpace.
And wiped MySpace out. Did it with Black Planet.
With Black Planet. They did it with all that. How Black Planet went down, I just don't understand. The shit was popping. It was great. There were a few glitches, but it was great.
I'll tell you how. Let me just butt in real quick. I've been, like I said, I study those type of people. I really study Mark Zuckerberg. I'll tell you how. Black Planet didn't have a CEO or owner, whatever he was, or she. They didn't have the type of, and even though he stole it, yeah, I saw the movie. I've read the stories.
He stole it.
But once he got to that place, he made sure that all of these startup companies, like before they realize that they can be bigger than Facebook, he just buys them up. If you build a monopoly around your company, it's hard for a person to beat it. Like with Snapchat, he was like, oh shit, this shit might get big. Let me get that. You know what I mean? Or Instagram, one of those motherfuckers he bought and Facebook owns. Or it might be both now. But that's the only way, like you said, it's somebody somewhere coming up with new shit every day that will eventually topple yours.
But you messed up when you start selling. Even though we get on these social media sites and we think like, damn, they pushing this shit. You know, like they're pushing us to become bigger. Mm-hmm. Bigger companies ain't going for that shit. Bigger companies that are already made are like, you're selling our shit. Like they ain't worried about your contact selling your shit. They trying to sell people real company shit. Yeah. They selling information not from us. So if you worried about somebody having your little funky ass phone number, ain't nobody worried about that, dog. You straight.
Oh my God, all the people, I don't have Messenger anymore. Motherfucker, ain't nobody worried about your goddamn messages.
They don't even know you got a Facebook page. Like, even me. He's like, you have 786 friends. Shut the fuck up. Like, you right. You right. I ain't doing.
All right, nigga, I'm humble.
I ain't doing too much of shit. But I only have the amount of friends because I don't want it, because I have people in waiting. I just don't want a lot of Facebook friends. I don't. You niggas ghost anyway, so I don't need anybody else.
Bianca's Facebook page is like an exclusive club. You have to wait for a little while.
If somebody send me a friend request, I'll be in their inbox like, hey, what's up? How I know you?
Do you still do that?
Yes. How do I know you?
You know what? I used to hate Facebook when I first got on. I got on in 2010. And, like, of course, when I got on Facebook, like, every man, if you say that you didn't do this shit, you're lying. We treated Facebook like we were at a grocery store. Looking at all the females' faces, ooh, shit, let me send her a friend request. And these people like, do I know you? Some motherfuckers like real rude about it, like, and I'm just sending a friend request.
And I'm never rude. I'll be like, hey, how are you? So how do I know you?
Oh my God.
I am, because I want to know, like, how do I, so what's up? Are we cool? Because a lot of stuff that I post is public. We don't need to be friends for that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be friends with somebody who ain't liking shit. You not, because I like stuff on people's page all the time. Like, I'm active. If I see you, if it's funny. I like people's kids' pictures a lot because I'm cool with I'm good with the good parenting and the whole show your kids.
Oh, I don't do that. Men can't do that.
Yeah, you don't do that.
No, you don't go around liking people's kids' pages.
You can like people's kids, you just can't hit the heart button. See now, since they got the heart button, it made it safe for people to do certain shit. Cause you like, oh, Keisha put up a picture of her kid, cool, like. But once you heart that bitch, if you don't, I say you can be a man and heart it if you know that person. Yeah. Like, if you really know that person, then I think that's cool. I don't think that's a problem. Like, people have done it to Kai, and I'm like, that's cool because I know you. Yeah. But when it's a motherfucker heart and the shit, and I don't even talk to you like that, I got some questions.
I don't hit any reaction unless I've personally met the kid.
Yeah.
I don't want to be seen as some creep, and I'm not. But with Facebook, it's like people are a little leery when they. First of all, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't post my kids because of this." And then the people who do post their kids, it's like, okay, that's cool. We could be the best of friends. If I ain't met the little dude or the little girl, I'm not hitting nothing on it.
I'm going to post when people say they don't post their kids because people crazy, I'm posting mine. And whenever you want to roll up, because I always got my eye on my kids. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I just be like, when motherfuckers be like, I don't post my kid because that shit private, but you got Junebug ass on every other picture. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care. Exactly. Like, get mad at me if you want to. If you can post this ugly ass nigga with no teeth, then you can post you can post your kids. Like, you just doing that shit because you'll post his ass after y'all break up. It's about me and my kids now. It's about me. The guy gonna lead me to the right way. No more distractions. It's about me and my kids. I hate that. Why the fuck? Where was your kids at in a relationship?
Exactly. So it was never about your kids when you was with the dude? I don't get it.
So basically what you're saying, when I was with Junebug, I wasn't worried about the kids. I had them making cereal on their own. But now since me and Junebug ain't together, I'm actually in the kitchen cooking. They eating hot meals now. Shut the fuck up. Like, it should have been about your kid anyway.
You know what? I'm going to start. I hate relationship talk on Facebook. Now let me take that back. I hate single talk. You see people who are happily single because they don't talk about it all the time. You see people who post things that are going on in their life. Like, if you post like you're supposed to be in a relationship, you look silly. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be in a relationship. Mm-hmm. You don't have there's no rule that says male or female that you have to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Mm. Some people feel it seems that way because of the post. It feels like you have to defend the fact that you have nobody. Or you're not with someone.
Because social media. Like, it's more than just that. People like do the single talk, but it's like that with relationship talk too. Like, you can tell when somebody putting on. Because people put on all the time. Like, when you together, the nigga a rider. Or she a rider, dog. She this, she that. We doing this. Take a picture. We at the plaza. Boop, boop, boop. You motherfuckers break up shit. These hoes can't be trusted, dog. That's why I stay with my niggas. Niggas over everything. Da, 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 da. And chicks do the same shit too when they break up. Like, he a bum ass nigga. But he wasn't a bum when y'all was together.
For 4 years? You mean to tell me for 4 years you didn't know this nigga was a bum, but as soon as y'all broke up, you was like, you know what? This nigga's a bum.
You a bum. I hate seeing that shit, and then they get back together, and I'm like, y'all out y'all mind. Because once you cross a level of disrespect with me, you talking bad, like you went to the book to talk bad about me, like, fuck that bitch. Yeah. Hey, we can never be friends again.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's just, I just don't get that. I'm just kind of like, it's best to not say anything. Like, little subliminals is cool. I don't even give a fuck about subliminals. When you be like, this shit, or make a post, I'm like, I understand.
Yeah.
You're going through it. But when you flat out call, like, my ex is da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, oh, okay. And then y'all get back together. Then y'all so in love. And I'm not trying to say the Lord don't work. I'm not saying the Lord didn't be like, y'all should be together. But you should have shut the fuck up. It's
exactly.
I'm saying just shut the fuck up. You didn't have to bring this shit up. You didn't even have to bring it up.
I've seen so many couples over the years. And I know a couple, like personally. And like a lot of the times, I'm not picking. This is just what's going on. A lot of the times, the female will be on there blasting the shit out of this person, like I say, twice a week. Twice a week, like, oh, this person doesn't have shit. He don't. What kind of man? What kind of mama's boy? Go back to your mama's house. Blah blah blah. And then you see these people together. It's like, all right, first of all, and people say, there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. And that's true. Nothing perfect in this world. But they hate, and that's why I kind of scale back, because if I could talk about Tasha all the time, but I try to make funny posts, especially when my page is active, which is not Mark. That's why you lost all that money.
Mark, I was about to say, Mark got a lot of shit going on. He is not working at your publicity page.
Well, look, nigga, once you get over that money, bring my page back up. I'm on my little page. I only have 348 friends.
Mark said, fuck this shit. This shit went down. Everybody who on hold. Put them on another 45-day hold.
I don't do it. Like, I'm always making posts about her. But I try to keep it to about once a week. I don't just want to just be the nigga, you know what I mean? Just all relationship stats. That's not me. I have a lot of other things to talk about. But, like, people, and I see subliminals after that. I'll make a post like, my girl cooks for me every day or something like that. Maybe show some food. She might have went to, our favorite is Applebee's. Of course, you love it too. And I'll see people, people always trying to make people think they happy in their relationship. Let us see behind them doors. I'll bring you in. You can bring a camera crew. It's happy in here. It's like, don't be single and bitter and try to make people follow the narrative that there are no happy relationships. I don't like that part.
I see people do that too, but I also see a lot of people who are in relationships try to make single people feel like you miserable because you single. Let me.
But a lot of them do come off that way.
But let me break it down. In all honesty, if a person having a relationship is not hard. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
It is hard.
Getting somebody to be in a relationship with you is not hard. What is hard is finding two people who actually mesh together and they work well together and they build together. Mm-hmm. Because different things.
I preach on.
Different things happen for different people. So it's not to say this dude could have stayed with this bum chick, or this chick could have stayed with this bum dude to be in a relationship, to be with somebody. So you can say, I'm in a relationship too. But if you chose not to do that, I get it when you keep bringing it up all the time. Like, I think that shit is crazy. For you to bring up being single all the time.
Every day.
I think that part is crazy, but I do think it's crazy when people try to make it seem like, oh yeah, these niggas just mad because they not happy or they not in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Because most of the times, the female that's saying that, which I seen some inboxes got exposed last week.
Yeah, we got to go into that.
The chicks that's saying that shit, they niggas in other bitches' inbox.
That's fucked up.
I've seen it. So it's kind of like, you gotta watch what you say. You have to watch what you say, because sometimes people are like, I don't believe in a woman speaking for a man. I've done that. I had to grow.
Speaking for a man.
When a woman be like, my nigga love me. He care about me.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't out here doing this shit. Shut the fuck up is what you should do.
Damn.
And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that to say, God gave that man a mouth. Let him use it.
Yeah.
The smartest thing you can do is sit back and watch how a person feel about you. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's the smartest thing to do. Because you'll go running your mouth taking up for this nigga. Mm-hmm. And he'll be in everybody else's shit. Or the things that you thought were...
What is he saying over there, though?
What?
And what is he saying in those inboxes? And the reason I say that, I just gotta...
Even if he's trying to smash. Because some
I'm talking about what if he's not?
Well, why is he in your inbox?
I know you're going to say that. There could be multiple reasons. What if he's just a friend of her? And the reason I said that is because I saw, and I got to bring this up and see, immediately you're dismissing me. See, you're very dismissive. All right. In Kansas City, guys, we had a girl who she basically, I guess she had the iPhone and they could take a video of their phone. She's just scrolling her inbox, in which she read those fucking messages. You know what? I didn't get into the pettiness. She read them fucking messages. I saw the response on some of them. I wanted to motherfucking get on there and say, because the city just fucking made her. She went viral. She went viral locally. Like, it's about 600 shares. Everybody.
I just got to say this really, really quick.
You better not shout her out.
Shout out to her for losing all that weight. Girl, what did you? Okay, so
she had surgery.
And I figured that's what it was.
It was surgery.
I figured. I don't know if that was it. Are we for sure? Okay. Shout out to the lap band. I mean, I don't want that shit. No offense. I would rather do it the harder way, because when you do it the harder way, you tighten up at the same time as you are.
Why do they call it the lap band?
Because they put a little band around.
Well, it wasn't. She wasn't. Was her lap fat, or she was trying to?
No, they put the band so they can make. It's like if your stomach is like this, but I'm putting like a band around to make it half the size of what it is.
Yeah.
So you still have that there. Like if you overeat, it could still bust and it goes back to what it was.
Yeah.
But I just put a band around it so that way when you eat this much, you'll get full, or you won't even have the need to be like, I want to eat more than this.
So they have to go in and take it back out after a while, or they just...
No, I mean, it could just stay how it is.
Oh, okay.
Because by that time, the point is you being accustomed to eating like that.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't need to eat as much as we do eat. It's just that we choose to. So, when they do that, they're eating less. And weight loss is about calorie deflect. I don't care what nobody say it is. It's what you push out and what you're taking in. So, if I eat 1,500 calories, but I just worked out and did like 3,000, and some people have to eat. It's just different people's body. However, that's why they lose weight like they start to lose it rapidly. Okay. Because they're changing how much they eat. Okay. But when you lose weight rapidly like that, you also get loose skin faster. Yeah. Which is why a lot of people who have lap band surgery and stuff, and I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people who do usually have to go back for skin tightening. And some people who just lose it the regular way, the hard way. Yeah. Y'all get mad at me if y'all want to.
It is the hard way.
This shit is hard. If you losing it, doing it by yourself, you have more of a chance to not need it so much. Some people just do. It's just how their body is. But because you're tightening and toning while you're doing that. So it just depends on what you choose to do. If you choose to just work out and then just tone and tighten while you do that, then I like doing it that way. But shout out to her, because she did lose a tremendous amount of weight. I'm not talking about the other shit. She did lose a tremendous amount of weight.
Yeah, I want to say something about that too. I went and looked at it, and you know what? The thing about not all women, but women, like, let's bring her into this.
Okay.
Let's bring her all the way in. Like, I saw a Facebook friend of mine get on there and say, okay, why the exposure now? Like, you lost the weight, now all of a sudden, the new attention that you're getting, like, why is it exposable? Why expose anything? Like, there are a lot of girls who get inboxes, whether they a little overweight or they're, they're slim and nice or whatever.
Yeah, niggas hop in your box anyway.
Exactly. So what was it to expose? And like I was about to say earlier, a couple of those guys in there, they could have been friends, but she was scrolling by, like, let me expose these niggas. And then everybody was lumped into this category. Now, let's just say if I hit her up, we had a conversation, because she was talking to these people. Like, what if we were just talking about some random shit? Because I have, I got Facebook friends I've been friends with forever. We talk about some random shit. And, like, say you saw the last message and it was, just some bullshit, just a random reply.
People people were pausing it though.
I mean, yeah, but you saw it, and it was just a random reply, and then you would look at it and say, "Oh, Ryan was in the inbox."
But I don't think. But
could have been random.
But when people were looking at certain stuff, people were like literally pausing. I paused a couple of them, but people were literally pausing things because you could tell which ones were. I didn't pause the whole thing, but people could tell when there were random conversations, like just random, and you could tell when she responded back to some of them. You could tell when she,
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of like when people were like, "Oh, well, you wasn't doing that when you was big." Well, you niggas wasn't front when y'all was broke, but you get a little cash and your ass start acting a little fucking funny. Let's keep it real. I know some niggas who...
No.
Ron, I'm sorry that you don't. I know some niggas that were broke. Especially, I know some niggas that were broke, had nothing at all.
I was one of them niggas.
When niggas start getting money, and females know this because we deal with them. When you got a little motherfucking money, niggas start, and just maybe you haven't, but that's you. That's you compared to many, many, many men of the world.
Just let me throw this in from my point of view, and I've said it, I've voiced it on Facebook a lot, and people were like shocked. Even the females that I've seen do it and went through it with. When I was broke, and it was all right. It was probably because like. Facebook and social media is like, I don't know. Let's take this back to 2012. I had been on social, and Facebook was still relatively new to everybody. Like some people been on since 06 or whatever. Some people started when this shit started. I don't know. I wasn't one of those people. But like when I was chasing dreams back then, throwing away shit, going on the road, coming back broke as fuck. Like shit was happening. And it was females in my inbox, like, and I'm broke as fuck, but they saw the persona on Facebook, like not having money and shit like that, just being funny, just acting like everything in life was cool. Cause that's the type of person I am. I ain't gonna get on there every day like shit, just angry cause I'm broke. Like every post, like, oh, you motherfuckers ain't really got no money. If you did, you be doing, cause I see it. I see people like, I'm the type of person where I can look at a person's post like, okay, you kind of bitter because you broke. You bitter because your ex stepped out on you 15 years ago. It's like it's easy to diagnose when you see repetitive posts. Anyway, like I was about to say about women and men acting funny. Like I didn't get a chance to act funny because it's something about KC that's so weird. Like I was getting more inboxes from chicks when I was broke as fuck, and then when I got on my feet, it was like, nah. I'm like, hold on, how that work? Like females confused the shit out of me on this last come up. It's like, oh, okay. Like I wasn't with my girl yet. And I'm the type of person like, okay, a lot of niggas maybe need to follow this shit. When I was broke, I wasn't really worried about pussy. You hit me up and talk about, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shit, this shit gonna involve a date, maybe two. I ain't got it to invest in you right now, baby. I don't know if you just coming right up off of it. If I got $60 and then you hit me up and we not about to go right to the hotel, I'm cool on a date. I'm broke. I need to focus on getting my shit together. I was like that about a year and a half. But when I got my shit together, no more inboxes. Well, some, but like compared to the number that I got when I was fucked up, it's like they didn't come.
Yeah.
So now I don't know why niggas is acting funny. I guess they thought I was acting funny when I was broke. Like, it's the opposite for me. When I got on my feet, I was just busy. I ain't acting funny, baby. I'm doing my shit. When I was broke and had the time, it was like that's when they was like wanting a nigga. What is that? I guess there's some. I've said it before. You're gonna disagree with it. Some people want a man that they can take care of.
No, I don't. I no, I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree with that. Some, and that's my point. Some people want to be with somebody just to say they got somebody. Just to say you have somebody.
Okay. Which
is why a lot of people say, just like people say a lot of single people ain't happy, a lot of people in relationships ain't happy either. Like I know a lot of niggas out here who wouldn't be with a chick if they had somewhere else to go. It is what it is. Yeah. I know a lot of females if they found the better dude who treat them better, they wouldn't be with the nigga they with.
Yeah.
It's just a convenience. You're convenient for me. You know what I mean? Like it's...
And that's fucked up. That's real fucked up. Because why should you be miserable? Like, I had no problem with going back I mean, even though I never plan on doing it again, I have no problem with hitting my mama's couch for a little while, getting my shit together. Because if you go to a person in that position, not all of them will take advantage of that and try to like belittle you or say things because you're not where you need to be. But why put yourself through that? It's like now you got another parent. Like all of a sudden this ain't your girl no more, because if you fucking play the Xbox too long and run that bill up and you ain't got nothing to bring to the table, and all of a sudden you getting scolded like you gonna turn that game off. You know what I mean?
Because
I'm not going fucking just to be with somebody and have a place to stay. I can't do that.
Well, because in a lot of situations, some chicks will say something. Some of them won't. Some of them won't. Some of them will be like, well, a person will only do what you allow. And some females allow that shit. Even older females be like, you just want somebody so bad.
And that's sad.
I've seen it. You really just want somebody so bad that you are willing to just put up with anything. You know what I mean? You are willing to just to say, you got somebody.
Male or female, I think if you do that, I just don't think it's right. It's not healthy, because if you with a person that, first of all, you're not happy, and if they were when they came into it, because, I mean, who wouldn't be happy? You just got a place to stay now, but now you enabling these motherfuckers, and then they talk about ain't shit men, ain't shit women, but if it ain't real love, just let it go. Like, long story short, I almost went into an hour fucking thing, but if it's not real, why even fucking entertain it? Like, I just think like that. Yeah. Like, I'm not about to live in a woman's house. I'm not happy. She's not happy when she come home and I ain't did shit all day. That's a miserable existence.
Yeah.
She's faking when you kiss her, when you come. She's not happy to see you. I feel like shit inside when I don't have anything to bring to the table. Even with my friends, like male friends, when I ain't got shit, when I used to smoke, or just the weekend, the homie pull up, I see somebody outside, hey, let's roll, bro. I'm like, nah. And some real good friends, I've asked people like, bro, look, nigga, okay, nigga, you know what I mean? I already know. I've been there too, nigga. I got this. Motherfucker gotta beg me to come out the house.
Yeah.
You gotta beg me to be around the general population because I don't feel myself. I can't. Nah, if I can't move like I want to move, I ain't moving. Yeah. And that's just me. Like, people think I'm weird, but I think that's how everybody should be. You can't get mad at a person. Like, no, I don't think every woman or man should go to Facebook and vent about it. All this nigga's broke because you accepted that. So why are you talking about this person now? Yeah. Like, when y'all first went out to Red Lobster, wherever the fuck y'all went, this nigga couldn't leave a tip. This chick couldn't leave a tip. But now 4 years in, this motherfucking broke ass. You knew that when you got into it. It ain't hard to see if a person doesn't have any money. You ain't got to fault them. That motherfucker ain't less than you. But if you wanted something different, why'd you choose that?
Yeah.
Like, man, I could talk about that for a long ass time. But let's go to the topic we was talking about before we started. Before we go longer than 2 hours, we almost there. We like an hour and 47. Bianca said she hasn't heard of any men, any women moving in with their men in like 30 years.
I didn't say 30. I said 40 years.
40? God damn, you ain't even 40.
I heard the talks.
And I wasn't going to hit on that because if she hadn't heard, she hadn't heard it. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, like, shit, we around different people. You hear different conversations.
Let me explain.
Okay. I was about to picture somewhere else, but go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
No. I brought that up to bring up this. And some people may not agree, and they'll be totally wrong for doing so. I look at men, I look at women. I had to clear my throat because I'm about to come real. I'm about to come with this heat.
Here we go.
There's a difference in men and women.
And here's what I want. Before you go in here, here's what I want. I don't want the Ron now. I want the Ron. I want the Ron 15 years ago.
All right.
Okay. Now, channel.
Even though I'm not bringing me into this, this is just like.
Okay, let me shut up.
Yeah, this is just like what I've observed. Men and women seem to be different when they, let's just say, from the age of 15 to 25.
Lies.
No, you'll agree later. Let's just say the age of 15 to 25.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what it is, and this isn't every man and woman in the world, but let's just say the urban areas, the hood. Mm-hmm. Women seem to focus on getting that motherfucking place, that apartment, early in life.
Okay. This I agree.
I've been around a lot of women, female friends, and these motherfuckers ain't bullshitting. They might not even have a job. But at 17, these motherfuckers is going to have an apartment. I don't give a fuck if it ain't nothing in that motherfucker. They starting somewhere, which is good. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking them. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it might have been Section 8. I don't give a fuck. Hey, people need homes. So go get that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But it's something about males that we just don't jump right into it. Like, growing up, I didn't know too many people that were 18 as far as males that were just living by themselves. Of course, there are a couple, like, examples that were.
We're not going there. Not that, no. We are not.
Going where?
Okay, I'm about to take it here. My point is, back in the day, and I'm not saying too far in the day, but I'm saying when our parents, so I'm 33. I'm saying when our parents were like younger, when we were growing up, I heard more conversations. I shouldn't have been listening, but I was. I heard
Jerry Carroll juice on the door.
I'm like listening, like, what's going on? I need to hear. Wiping my juices off the door. I heard more women say, like, our parents talk about, well, I moved in with such and such, or or even when you hear them talk about dates, like you heard them say, girl, I went over his house, and it was his. Even if it was an apartment, it was his. Mm-hmm. Or, yeah, his house was nice, or his apartment was nice, or, yeah, I wouldn't, like, he actually had somewhere to stay. And I'm not trying to say he was like 18 and 19. I'm talking about beyond that. I'm talking about like I
was just setting the stage. Y'all get it faster. Y'all mindset is to get somewhere to live. We gotta have somewhere to take these niggas.
But that is true. But that is true for this day and age.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, back in the day, more men had their own shit. They had places. They had cars. Like, men were like, would actually go pick a chick up. Even if he didn't really care about her or like her that much, he actually went to go pick a chick up. It wasn't like, back in the day, I didn't see or hear about it. Even when I listen to stories, when I'm at different people's house and I hear their parents talk or whatever, their dads, their moms, a lot of stuff. I hear more men say, yeah, back in the day, I had this type of car. Yeah. And they're talking about in their 20s. Mm-hmm. Whether it be early 20s, late 20s, they're like, oh, yeah, I had this type of car. Mm-hmm. Remember when I lived over there? Yeah, and used to come over and visit and da-da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. Like, I hear them talk about different things that they had, and they had this shit, and the woman would come over, or she would get picked the fuck up.
Yeah.
These things would happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say it didn't. These things will happen.
I agree.
If you left the club with a nigga, he wasn't getting in your car. He was getting in his car, and you were getting in his. Now, a lot of people may say, again, you don't know. You don't know. You wasn't there. I'm just saying from what I heard from our people that we've spoken to. Niggas that sit outside in the liquor store, the old heads, the old cats that sit outside the liquor store, say the same things. I'm not saying every dude back in the day had his own shit, but more of them had their own shit together. Now, I hear more about like a woman saying, oh, well, he's living with me. Mm-hmm. Or, yeah, he moved in with me. Or, Like, yeah, we got a place together, but that was after he lived with me and we got a place together, shit like that. But eventually, when he came to live with you, he didn't have his own shit.
Yeah.
Like, he was living with someone else. Like, he didn't have shit with a lease or a mortgage with his name on it.
All right, but just like you said, and I think you were joking when you said 40, because you ain't even 40. But 40 years ago, that was true. 40 years ago, like before, like I take it back because I was born. I was born in BC before crack. Just putting it out there, like people don't see how I'm dead serious. People, not everybody sold crack, no, but let's take it back to the late 70s, early 80s. Men had to work in order to get money.
This fool said BC. I'm using that shit.
Before crack. Look, men had to work. That was a system. If you're working for your money, it's different because you're going to treat it different. When you make fast money, you're going to spend it fast. You're going to do all of these silly shit. You're going to do all this silly stuff. You impressing girls, got on all the fly shit. Like, it wasn't Jordans back then. It wasn't, like, whatever it is today, it was different back then. But when you were working, it's like when you join the workforce, and I'm an example of that. When you join the workforce, all right, I'm about to give you an example. I've had maybe 4 jobs in my life. 5. I'll say 5. The one I'm on now, I've been there for the longest I've ever been on a job, 3 years. The amount of money that I make now in 2 weeks, I used to make in a day. I did not have my own place.
Okay.
But every time I lived with a girl, moved in with a girl, and yeah, I did a lot of moving in with girls in my 20s, early 30s.
Right, we're here. Go ahead.
Hey, but check this out.
Nope. Say what you about to say.
The thing that made me feel like a man is once I moved in with you, you ain't have to pay no rent. I'm hustling.
Why you didn't do that at your own shit?
That's the point I'm trying to make. For some reason, we don't. That's why I brought up when I started working, like making a little funky ass $20 an hour. And I can have this. I can have my own house. I can drive my own car. That car break down, I'm going to get another one. And it's slow money. But you treat it like that. You go and get you a place to stay. Because you know what? Well, niggas like me. Niggas that's made like me. When you're making fast money, it's like, okay, no, I don't know why I didn't get my own place. I have no idea why. But I knew that I would never be homeless. Because if I pay this bitch bills or light bills or fucking feed your kids, bring y'all something to eat every day, I could sleep here.
So my point is proven. What I was trying to say, regardless of whatever the reason is, there were drug dealers back in the 80s. There were. Yeah,
that's when it started.
but what I'm saying is they existed. Niggas who made,
I'm talking about before crack.
Niggas who made fast money had money back then, and what they did.
There was no fast money before crack.
You want to know what? There were fathers. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. There were fathers who actually, whether they went to work and made the money, whatever, that was their house. It's their house. That's what I mean. The working class, though. Yeah, even them telling the woman. I mean, but the difference is, I know niggas who's making fast money who had their own place too. And I didn't say there were none. No, I know plenty that were making fast money and had their own place because their motto was, I don't never want no bitch kicking me out of no shit. Like none. Like I don't ever want to have to pick my shit up and go. I would rather tell somebody to go than me a motherfucker tell me I gotta go, especially if I'm doing I agree with that. Hey, but it was hard for a bitch to kick me out. I left a motherfucker. Who the hell gonna kick a motherfucker out paying the bills? And this ain't even your shit. Which is true. I mean, if she's smart, she making her own money, then you paying the bills, she's stacking her own cash. So even if you chose to do something, she got something to put up. But she was making the slow money. Hey, you know what? This is the thing. Now I'm taking your shit. Here's the thing. When you dealing. And that's the only reason I say that, because that's the only life I know. I know before crack and after crack. And that rings true to me. Like, now, me and my girl, like, she's been a hard worker for, like, all her life. That's all she's done. She's never sold crack. And with me, when I got with her, like, I was on the tail ends
of the bullshit ups and downs of that other world. And I was like, you know what? I got to man up and do my shit. And we got together, and it's like, there's no impressing her with this. You know what I mean? I never met her when I was on top on doing that bullshit. So I never saw a side of her that I saw in a lot of these other women was like, okay, like you can do no wrong because you're making fast money. Yes, I go to work. I might make $50,000, $60,000 a year, but I can't afford to live the life that you bring. Like you bring a little excitement. Like they're going to their little cubicles at work, coming back and living, you know, I'm paying. I mean, bills are a motherfucker. Yes, you're making your money, but you don't have the extra. Like you can't, like if I say, hey, let's go to Vegas. Hey, let's go. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of excitement.
But
you know what I mean?
It depends on the woman you talking to. I don't care.
If you at 25 and hey, you to love the nigga, that motherfucker bring a little bit of element of excitement and hustle.
It depends on the type of
you going to Vegas
and a lot of but a lot of, just like you said, it was a crack epidemic. But a lot of women who were growing up, again, crack epidemic. A lot of their fathers were the ones who was like making a lot of money. So it's kind of different when you see a nigga hustling. You like, yeah, you kind of.
Some of their fathers were smoking and they needed help with that rent.
That's why I'm saying it depends on what type of person you got with. Because if you get with somebody and they daddy making money, you kind of like, I've seen this before. Like, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's great.
I agree with that.
But then you get with somebody who's like, oh, this is fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm working a cool job or whatever. It's all right. And I'm bringing in a little money. But you doing this and you doing this. And I haven't been around this. So this is great. Like, this is fun for me. And like you said, you're not paying any bills. You don't have to because he's paying them. So that's cool. We can do that. I guess my point is, it's just that I don't see, and I've heard men say this too, but I've heard grown men say this too. I remember that there was a time when men had their own. Yeah. When men just had their own. Like, if I wanted to go home, I'm going home. Yeah. Or if I want to get in the car, I'm getting in the car. Yeah. Like 9 times out of 10, a lot of these dudes that you see, and I'm not saying all, because I see some dudes out here who, whether they hustling or whether they're actually working a job, have their own shit. Yeah. I'm not saying that dudes don't exist. I'm just saying that
we exist, baby.
I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm just saying more so often I don't see a lot, even in their 20s or 30s or whatever. I don't see a lot of them like that'll say, I got my car, instead of saying, well, let me drive your car. And I know as far as if a woman, especially if a woman got kids, I know it's easier for a woman to get a place because you got kids. So automatically, not everybody. I've never been on Section 8. And not saying that there's anything that's wrong with it. I'm just saying I didn't have that luxury to get that shit so I could stack some paper. So
I want Section 8 right now.
You know, if you could give me some so I could stack some cash, that would be great. But a lot of women get housing and it's easier for them to get places. Yeah. Which makes it easier for a lot of niggas to pay this shit. And I'm not saying your situation. I'm saying I know some situations that make it easier for niggas to pay this shit because you like, bitch, it's nothing. Yeah. Let me go ahead and pay this off. Let me pay it for the next 6 months or so. Or let me pay it for the next 3 months or so and we good. And she's like, okay, that's cool. I don't have to do that. But so it's easier for a woman to get housing and a place to stay and just say, oh, well, I can move in with her. I understand that that's what it is now. But I'm saying as a pride factor of saying, nigga, never. Like, you know what I mean? Like saying, as a pride factor. Never. I'm talking about a dude saying it like, I'm not doing that. Like, no, I got my own shit.
All right, the only reason, like, I kind of intertwine both of the opinions, like, when you said, like, you don't see many men moving with their women, I brought that up just to kind of try to set my shit up is as far as like how I think and how like a lot of that shit happened. Like in today's world, like it is kind of true that most females will have a place before a man. Not even, and they don't even have to have kids. I've seen like females will work, like niggas don't pay attention to the perks. They don't pay attention to how, like, know how to play the system and do this and do that. Like a woman to say, shit, ain't even got no kids. Like, I'm about to go to a fucking shelter and get me a house. You know what I mean? Ain't no nigga about to do that.
I heard a chick say that for the first time.
I've been hearing that for years.
I've heard a chick say that for the first time, and I was like, why are you going down there? What for?
Because they know the system.
I'm looking like, oh my God, why are you going there? You and the kids.
Like I said, I'm from the hood. Like, I've seen people do this, and they say, hey, I'm going to start down here. I'm going to give me a job, work up from here. It's like, niggas just be wanting, I mean, and from the hustle side of it, like I said, I didn't start out working, so I can't speak from their point of view. But we just basically trying to get money. We are. And we know we can find a chick with a crib and we could chill.
But a lot of these niggas who's making,
I mean, back then, I'm not like that now. I'm 41 years old. I have no time to be doing that.
What I'm saying is, a lot of dudes who were doing that, who's making fast money like that shit, nigga ain't got the money now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. That's why I said when you get slow money, you're gonna make sure you fucking squeeze every fucking, like you said, heard that saying, like, can't squeeze blood out of a turnip.
Yeah,
you're gonna do that when you work. Like, and the reason I said now is the slow money, and I have, like, right now, I have more than at any time when I used to hustle, because you never appreciate that type of shit. You'll pay bills here. You might be paying bills in 3 houses so you can have a place to stay. You got a car, it's on rims and all that bullshit. You ain't got a house. I was one of them niggas, one of them stereotypical niggas riding around on some bullshit. Motherfucker, oh, that nigga got it good. I ain't got my own crib. I got nowhere with my name on a lease. And once I couldn't afford to pay nobody else's bills but my own, I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm going in here. That life is over. You know what I mean? And I had to do that. Why I didn't get my own place, I still don't know. I had no credit. I had no job. It's kind of hard to even do it when the only thing, like, if you a 24-year-old hustler, you can't go nowhere and was like, hey, let me get a crib. You can find some, as the chicks on Facebook say, private landlords now. But back then, there was an application process. They like, nigga, you got no history. Like, no, you can't live here.
I mean, you get a place. It may not. You could get a place. It just wouldn't be the greatest place. It wouldn't be somewhere your motherfucking ass wanted to live. But just to start the history of, like, yes, I do. Stayed up here for a year.
I wish I was smart enough to do that when I was young.
Like, yeah, that's staying at the shelter, so you go ahead and get
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. I just said that I haven't heard of that in a long time. Mm-hmm. I do with, like, older men. That are, because you're older now. You're older. You're thinking like, yeah, I had this. But I'm just saying, for, like, in our generation, I haven't really heard about, like, a dude saying, yeah, I really like her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want her to move in. And not even without the kids. So anybody who'd be like, well, she probably got kids. Shut up. She ain't got no kids. She ain't got nothing. It's just that I don't hear many people say, let me move her in, or I really like her and I want her to come stay with me. But you hear a lot of women say, and I'm Xing out women who are on assistance. No offense to you. I'm just saying, because to prove my point, I know a lot of women who are not on assistance, mm-hmm. and will be like you said, they'll start working and be like, I got my own place. Yeah, that's cool. Let him come over. So I just brought that up because I'm observing. And I'm not saying that there aren't people out there, because mm-hmm. I know that there are. But as far as just a big majority of people saying that, mm-hmm. I don't hear that, like, back in the days when Salt and Pepper was out and our mamas and shit was hot, and they like, you know, oh, listen, he already said he want me to move in with him. Like, even just the offer. Like, he already said he want me to move in with him. Girl, I ain't paying no attention. I'm saying right where I am in my own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's how it's supposed to. You just made me remember a couple things, and I'm going to wrap this shit up with this. All right. One thing. People, working class people, like, all right, you go to work, you work hard. There's certain other things that you want, male and female, not just females. There's certain other things that you want. You might want to take a tropical vacation once a year, this, and that. So I kind of see why people will let somebody else move. I mean, first of all, I would say, look, love this person, at least like this person a lot. Don't just bring this person in because you want a fucking relationship or you want a fucking warm bed. If a person can bring in extra, y'all can, I mean, whatever benefits y'all help each other out, cool, if that person moved in. If that works. Don't just bring in some motherfucker and y'all not going to work out, arguing and fighting every day. That's not happiness. The second thing is that, what the fuck was I about to say? I had a good one.
I was waiting to say things.
The second one was great. What the fuck? Oh, my God. I literally forgot. It was good, too. Wait a minute. This is very awkward.
Guys, it's like 3.
What the fuck was I about to say? This was really, so good.
Rod literally had
I was about to bowl all the pins down with this one.
Okay, go back to what you were going to say. Start it off again. And then you'll remember.
Is that how you remember, like, retrace my steps?
I do like rewinding the tape.
What the fuck was I about to say?
Rewind the tape.
I can't rewind the tape because I haven't said what I was about to say, and it's not on the tape.
You said a little bit.
You know what? I think we just need to end this show.
Ron had something good, but
I've never forgotten on air and then forgot what the hell it was really.
As soon as he shut it down, he
as soon as this goddamn button is hit, I'm like, you know what? And we're coming back on to I'm firing it back up.
I'll be like, no, we're gone.
Hey y'all, thanks for I'll have it for y'all next show. Is that cool? Well, y'all won't care next show. I won't even bring it back up. I don't know where the fuck where did it go? Mm-hmm. Hey y'all, thanks for listening. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on iTunes.
He literally forgot.
I'm gonna wrap it up. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the clicks. Bye. Hey, you know what? I remembered it. And we just came back. I thought we was gonna do you. You really thought Bianca has closed her laptop and she's ready to go. I gotta say this.
Out of here.
I gotta say this. This is why you don't hear a lot of men saying they move their woman in.
Bullshit.
We're still immature. For some reason, men think that the longer we keep our place to ourselves, we will have a whole haven. Even though it might not never happen. Women think a little bit differently. A man, the hardest thing to take from a man is his man cave. When we get with a woman, we have to condense our man cave down to this little section in the basement.
You telling me we came back for this shit?
Yes, it's true. You're not just not hearing people say they're not moving their girlfriend in. We're hesitant because for some reason we just don't want to give it all up. Mm-hmm. You don't believe that?
Niggas ain't moving chicks in because they can't. They gotta ask their mom first, or they baby mama like, I don't want no threesome. You know what I mean? So you, in order for you to move someone in, you have to have something for them to move into. And I'm not trying to say that all men are. Yes,
she is. That's what you're doing right now.
I know some great men who have their own place and who are like stable, and they're like, nah.
And why do you think they're single? And they might not even be single, but why do you think their girlfriend ain't living there?
I don't think a lot of them are, or some of them are single and some of them are not. And
why would you think that? Why? So you don't buy into the fact that sometimes we just want to, for some reason, we just want to stretch this bachelorhood.
Some people do. Okay, this is me. I feel the same way. Meeting someone and dating someone, I am not into the whole. The offer is great. Like I really like.
So you just gonna turn down the offer?
I would, and only because the reason why I would is because I've been in a situation to where I've had to uproot me and my kid. When it was just me, that was cool. It's just me. I could go ahead and do whatever I do. I could, fly free around the country.
You're free to roam about the country.
I like that. But now since I have a kid, that means I have to uproot everything. Mm-hmm. His if he's comfortable, I'm taking a chance on this. And if the shit is fucked up, then I have to be like, damn, I had to get you used to something else.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the fact of you moving in with him. I think it's the fact of just the option of having that, the offer of having that. Mm-hmm. Like when dudes say, if I can't get on hard times, she got my back. That's why I moved in with her. That whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, a woman needs to hear that same thing. If you messing with a woman, especially if you really like her and she fall on hard times, does she have that option? Does that option say...
She should.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does she have the option to say, like, damn, babe, I know you're doing bad. I know you didn't want that shit to happen, but it happened. Come on in and come with, you could stay with me until you get on your feet, till you do this. It's just the option of saying a dude has that right to say, if anything ever happens, mm-hmm. or if I want to extend that, I can. Mm-hmm. But a lot of dudes don't even have that to where they can extend that until they get older, until they're like, or they're stable. It's just that I don't hear it as much. I'm not saying that it's not going on because I'm pretty sure it is. But as a whole, I don't hear that as much as I hear. Like, you go over to your friend's house, you're like, oh, this nigga here? Oh, his stuff is here. Like, he moved in.
Who bags is these?
Yeah, like who's trash bag? Like,
oh, you wrong.
Like, he moved in with you. And I'm not trying to say whatever order or operation you want, that's fine. If you want a dude to come in, especially if he's helping, at least have him help. If he's paying the bills and he's like, I got you, I'm doing this, that's great. I'm just saying, I hear the dude, if he falls on hard times, having the option of moving in with a woman. He may not want to, but he has that option. But I don't really hear the women having that option. If they fall on hard times, they can move in with they dude. I just don't hear that. Would I want to? No. Because I'm like you. Like what you said. I like having my own space. I'm not a woman who I have to be up under you all the time. Yeah. Because sometimes I want to be left the fuck alone. And people would say, well, what if y'all get married? What if y'all get married? Well, that's a different story, because then I have to tolerate you. I have to be around you. But if it's an option that I don't have to, I would rather for you to go home and do your thing or whatever, and I go home and I do mine. And when we come together, and that's great. If the relationship gets to the point to where it's like, oh, this is growing and I'm really cool with this, then that's fine. But I'm not just going to be like, yeah, let me move in with you. But I want that offer, though. I want you to be able to have that option for me if that was to happen. The same way, if I'm really digging you, we together, and you fuck up, and I'm like, damn, you ain't got nowhere to go. That's fine. I'm just saying, be equal. Give the same options that another person have with you, like money. Like you said, if you with a woman and she fall off, you like, babe, don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure we straight because y'all together. Yeah. The same way a woman has to say or should say, if you fell off, I understand because you're trying. So I got you. Just be equal. Like, actually get in your car to go somewhere and not just hers. Because just because you driving the shit don't necessarily mean it's yours.
Oh, boy. A lot of people do think it's theirs. All right. One last thing. With my girl, I've said certain things because we don't live together, obviously. And I was like, okay, well, I've hinted at, okay, so when you gonna move down here? I think a lot of men who are living on their own and their girl lives in another place, they ask that. Sometimes, even if they don't mean it, they just want to know what she'll say. But my girl gives me the same answer. Where's my ring?
Where's your ring?
And so you think that might play a part in a lot of women not moving in? Like, Different. Is that something common that a woman will say before I move in here? I need a ring.
Different people have their own views. Some people are like, and I guess there's no right or wrong answer to that. Some people feel like I want to know what the person is like before I marry them. What the person is like living with them, and that's fine too, because you do want to know about somebody's living or how they are, because things are. I don't give a fuck what nobody say how strong a relationship is. Things are totally different when you are in the same house with somebody and you see this person every day. It is not a vacation. It is, I'm looking at you. I'm dealing with you. Some of the shit that I may not have noticed that you do because you go home and do it, I'm noticing that you do it. And I'm like, fuck. Because a lot of shit you could wait to do until a person go home. Not just anything, just quirky shit that you just like to do. Yeah. Like, I got OCD real bad. And like, if I'm with,
Me too.
I do. And if I'm with somebody and I'm like, oh my God, there's like dishes in the sink before we go to sleep. Like, there's a fucking problem for me. And another person might be like, it's like a couple of cups and a spoon. I don't give a fuck. In my head, I know that there's dishes in the sink. And some people be like, you're nuts. But it's just quirky little things that you do. So another person may be like, I want to know how this person is before I move in. Yeah. Other people may be like, before I totally uproot my life, because it's not just me moving in with you. Like, if I own my own house, or if I have kids, or whatever, if I've invested something outside of you, or you too, you could have kids, or you could have this, and we're putting all this together. Yeah. And it's going to be a struggle to do. I would rather know and have the confidence in saying we are something more than just boyfriend and girlfriend before I sell a house or before I emotionally get my kid fully involved 24/7. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's different things that you will want. I kind of feel like that. I feel like I would want to get to a point of saying, I know you're fully ready, or I'm fully ready, and that we're okay with this before I would combine my household and
so
your
you
household.
Want a ring too?
I would want to be at that step.
Yeah.
Before I even decided to do something like that. Because if not, what are we doing? We cool. We good. You good where you are. You know what I mean? Because I shouldn't get the advantages of a husband if I'm not if you're not
the wife
getting prepared for that role.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't get the advantages of a wife if you really have no point of saying, wow, oh, I thought we cool how we are. Mm-hmm. Well, if you know this person wants this and that's not what you want, then go. But if you know that that's what you want, you're working up towards that. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that it's a problem to say, I'll change all these things about my life when I know we're that serious. And until we're that serious, I'm not going to stop living my life or doing things how I'm doing just to be somebody's girlfriend in the same house.
Okay. All right. Yeah, she preached. See, now I'm glad I brought her back on because you preached. And I'm one of those people where that shit would have fucking just stayed in my head all fucking night. I would have been pissed. I probably would have came in and recorded it by myself. You'd have been gone.
No, I actually have to shut up and be like, you did good, Rob. Thanks for bringing it up. Because that was in my head. Like, I had a conversation with somebody and we talked about that. And I'm like, no, I'm not uprooting anything, whether that be moving someone in or me moving with someone until I'm to that point of saying, okay, we're good. We're not that we continuously had a conversation about it, because I think one conversation with someone about marriage is enough. Just you seeing what that person wants in life with you and what you want with someone. Because I think after you continuously keep talking about it, then it's not a proposal, it's a discussion. Like, you keep having discussions about it. Yeah. I think if a person really, especially a man, if a man really wants to propose to you, you don't have to keep telling him, when are you going to marry me? I want to marry you. Like, I want us to get married. You don't have to keep saying these things, because already in his head, he's like, I know this is what I want to do. And that's, I'm working my way up to that. Yeah. Opposed to you having, well, I think we should get married. I mean, we've been together for a long time. After that, it's like a fucking agreement. And I would rather you get the feeling for yourself to say, oh yeah, this is what I really want to do, than me feeling like I'm pushing you to do something. Like, women say that too. Well, why should I waste my time? Well, if you feel like you're wasting your time, leave. You don't have to tell this nigga. Like, I'm out.
We are definitely going to have to talk about this topic on another show. Marriage, men putting rings on it, and why aren't women buying us a diamond ring? Be like Chrissy, put a ring on our finger.
I would like a man to wear an engagement ring. I think that's bullshit that you don't got to wear an engagement ring, because that means that a woman has to go around telling people, oh yeah, I'm engaged, and a dude you don't have nothing? No, you getting a band.
Oh, you know what? This is going to be a great topic.
You getting a single.
I'm definitely winning.
You getting a single band. That mug ain't be nothing great, but you gonna get one of them single bands on.
I'm definitely weighing in on this one. Hey, wait a minute. Let me get out, because I'm about to Google
It's going to be a bronze band. Why does they turn the colors? It's cool. Go ahead.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for listening to the small part 2 that we added. As I said, check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, everywhere you can find a podcast. Search Urban Absurdity.